Alright, hello and welcome to another WWE predictions video stream thing. Obviously, today is Backlash. We've got 7 matches, I think, that's been announced so far. But if there's any more I don't know if I'll be able to fit them in in time because it is already 1 o'clock on the Sunday. So, I mean, chances are that I probably won't put them in. And it'll have to be just done. I'll put a prediction at the bottom of the description. But anyway, we'll go into the show and I'll show you what we've got. So we've got the first match, which is Apollo Crews defending his United States Championship against former champion Andrade. Of course, there's Zelina Vega in his corner. We've then got the triple threat tag team match for the Women's Tag Team Championships as Bayley and Sasha Banks defend against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, as well as Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, the Iiconics. Following up that will be Sheamus' one-on-one confrontation with Jeff Hardy, which should be an interesting one. We've then got Asuka defending her Raw Women's Championship against Nia Jax. Following that will be the WWE Championship match with Drew McIntyre defending against Bobby Lashley. I've got a little announcement to make at the end, by the way. We've then got Randy Orton versus Edge as the main event, of course. The greatest wrestling match ever. Now, obviously, you can't see Braun Strowman versus The Miz and John Morrison. I will be doing that, but because it's a custom title, I'm going to be doing that in exhibition mode instead of universe mode, because custom titles don't work on universe mode, which is kind of annoying, but it's just how it goes with this game. But anyway, I will slot that in somewhere. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. It'll most likely be after Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy, but I'm not 100% yet. Or it might be before that. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I will do that match at some point as well. But without any further ado, might as well load into it. I hope I've got everything right. Anyway, like I said, just to quickly recap the card, we've got Apollo Crews defending against Andrade. We've got Sasha Banks and Bayley defending against Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss and Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. We've got Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy. We've got Asuka defending her title against Nia Jax. We've got Drew McIntyre defending his title against Bobby Lashley. And then we've got the greatest wrestling match ever between Randy Orton and Edge. Of course, once again, the Universal title match will be done in exhibition mode. That will be Braun Strowman taking on John Morrison and The Miz in a handicap match. So without any further ado, might as well get into it. I was going to do this yesterday, but I completely forgot that I had to do it at all. So I apologise for that. Hopefully we'll be up too late. But anyway, this is what I think will open the show if there's no like pre-show match added. And I think I'm going to have to go, just because he's just recently won it, I think I'm going to have to go with the champion on this one, Apollo Crews.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
Here comes El Idolo, of course, a former United States champion, looking to regain his championship here, as usual, with Zelina Vega. Anyway, there's some build for this one, like Takeover in Your House. All the build-ups to the matches are here. Apollo Crews began his reign as United States Champion, hunting for a worthy challenger. Now the man whom he took the title from wants to end the search for him. Crews will face Andrade, the United States title at WWE Backlash, after the former champion won a triple threat match on Raw to earn the opportunity. In a matchup with Kevin Owens and Angel Garza, Andrade capitalized on an opening provided by a KO stunner to Garza and pinned his close friend to claim his place in the championship match. The week prior, Crews teamed with Owens to defeat Andrade and Garza in Red Brand Tag Team action. Will Crews continue his dominance over Andrade and extend his reign? Will the simmering tensions with Zelina Vega's stable take Andrade's focus away from the task at hand? Ooh. So many questions heading into this one. An intriguing match, to be fair.
I'll make a bold prediction here, guys, and say that we will be crowning a new champion at the end of this one.
Bite your tongue, Cole. There's no way the champ is walking out of here without his title. It's just not happening.
Andrade, I should say, looks as fired up as always. Ready to regain the United States Championship. He held that title for just over 5 months. And he wants to get it back as soon as he can here. And here's his chance. Here comes the United States Champion.
Here's Apollo on the grand stage.
Here comes Apollo Crews here at Backlash. Like I said, of course, he only recently won the United States Championship. I think it's too early for him to lose it yet. But you know WWE, if they want to shock people with a quick title change, they'll do it.
As Apollo Crews makes his way to the ring, all I can think of is that this man is custom built for the WWE.
I apologize again if there's any pixelation or lag or anything. Not much I can do about that. But Apollo looks prepared. I'm going to be honest.
Hey, you know what they say,
I don't think I've actually played as Apollo Crews in 2K20.
Yeah, you're right. Game does recognize game, Saxton, which is why I refuse to acknowledge you in public.
The opening contest, of course, for the United States Championship. If any other matches get added whilst I'm doing predictions, then I'll maybe try and slot them in. But if they don't, then I'll just put them in the description with a prediction for it. Because WWE have a knack of announcing matches on main roster pay-per-views on the day.
From Stone Mountain, Georgia, weighing in at 241 pounds, he is the WWE United States Champion, Apollo Crews.
There's a rumor that Apollo Crews and Andrade is going to be on the pre-show for Backlash, which I hope it isn't, because it's too good to be on the pre-show. But if it is, I'm sure they steal the show. Of course, Apollo's got... Oh, sorry, I should say Andrade's got Zelina Vega at ringside. Apollo Crews showing his power early. Sending Andrade down to one knee. Andrade able to take Apollo down the arm, though. And a rollout from the United States Champion. Right hand, and now back into the ropes. Apollo sends Andrade. Of course, we do know Apollo has the power advantage. I don't know who will have the speed advantage in this one. Both very speedy, athletic wrestlers. Andrade to go behind. Snapmare takedown into a headlock by Crews. Once again, Crews showing his power. And now he's not going to throw Andrade. Swinging cutter. And Apollo feeling the momentum early on.
With the championship at stake, you know these superstars are going to give everything they can to win here tonight. Boom, what impact!
Out the corner. Comes Andrade. Apollo following up. Oh, misses a fist drop. Andrade can take advantage. Running cell powerbomb. And that's a way to signal your intent of the way you get back into the match.
You take away Andrade's speed, you take away his major game plan.
Andrade sending Crews into the corner.
You really have to slow him down. Even go after his legs if you can.
And the former United States Champion doing everything he can right now to get advantage over Crews.
No one said it would be easy to take on El Idolo, Saxton, but it's not impossible.
Crews blocks the kick, and it's going to be a power bomb. And just the sheer power of Apollo Crews is insane. Neckbreaker. Follow up.
Power combined with amazing ability to fly. Apollo Crews is one of the most versatile competitors I've ever seen.
Apollo Power bomb, but not just one. He's going to follow it up with a second. Now a third to Andrade. Like I said, Apollo will have the strength advantage in the majority of this match. Unless he's on his back, of course. In case you have to give it to Andrade. Chicken Andrade, track club. Apollo Crews to the ground, and somehow he is on the ground now. And a neck crank from El Idolo.
Ooh, what impact. Whoa,
Apollo avoids Andrade and a swinging neckbreaker. And now Crews. Feels like he's in control, but he can't blow too much. Andrade is a dangerous contender. Slammed by Crews. And now top rope. Goes the United States champ. Andrade the target and a splash. Come on, headbutt and splash, baby, according to the commentators. Andrade kicks out.
Stand a lot more punishment, I can promise you that. Oh, kick right to the gut.
Crews catching Andrade. The suplex. Andrade could be in trouble here off the ropes. Comes Andrade, leapfrog. The drop down. And a power slam. Andrade. Try to recover here. Off the ropes comes Crews. And he fakes out Andrade.
Well, it's time for the
Instead of back
WWE
suplex into the center of the ring. Watching more to the edge. Zelina Vega distracting Apollo Crews here, and Andrade's going to take advantage with a roll up. And Apollo can get his shoulder up, luckily. But if Andrade had won the title there, it would have been definitely because of Zelina Vega. And now Andrade could take advantage of the situation despite not getting the win off of the roll up. Bridging suplex. Schoolboy into suplex. Andrade has got power of his own, you have to remember that. It's just, it may not match the power of Crews. Andrade now going to look for a suplex. He's got Apollo Crews locked, but Crews blocks into a suplex of his own. Once again, Andrade is taking time to recover. And Apollo feels he has this one under control.
Wow, something's gotten into Apollo.
And the cross body avoided by Andrade.
How much longer can these
Forearm
superstars
smashes by Andrade at top. Crews won't go down.
It's going to take a lot to close this
Boot to the
round.
face by Apollo. Now sending Andrade to the opposite corner. Splash. And Crews looking for, I don't know, something here. Back suplex. Andrade rolling out. Try to catch a breather.
Thus far, it's been a phenomenal championship.
And Apollo corkscrew crossbody to follow up. Not going to let Andrade get a moment of rest. Andrade able to counter Crews and throw him back into the ring though.
Ooh, the reversal.
Back elbow by Crews and a clothesline. Apollo Crews now call Andrade off up while he's on the second rope. Zelina Vega's watching on. Missile dropkick avoided by Andrade. And El Idolo taunting Crews. Crews trying to get back to his feet here. And what is Andrade's plan here?
And look, it hung up on the
Just
second rope.
hanging up Crews on the ropes and choking him out. And Crews missing that missile dropkick could mean the end of his reign as United States champion. Andrade kick to the abdomen. It might have looked a little lower, but I think it was the abdomen. Oh, what an elbow by Crews though. And once again, Crews going to deliver more punishment to the back of Andrade. And once again, Andrade to the outside. This time Crews not waiting around. Following him straight out.
Scooped up.
Death Valley driver.
Death Valley driver by Cruz on the outside. That's going to do some damage. Andrade's back.
The champ to the
3
top
count
turnbuckle.
and the champ and challenger both back in the ring. Cruz daring Andrade to get up. Andrade is getting up. Last time Cruz did this, he missed.
Ooh, fist drop.
Fist drop off the top rope.
To this point, I think these fans are driving them to claw that extra
And
inch.
Cruz
You can sense the ride. These
seems
fans
to be in
a bit
control
on
now
it, and I'm
of
right
El
there with
Idolo. Spine buster, planting Andrade. Andrade with a block and a boot out the ring.
Cruz taking on a lot of damage. I'm not sure how much more he can take.
Andrade, remember, he can't win the title by count out. He needs to get Cruz back in the ring here.
the tide right now. It's Apollo.
And he knows that. Wisely going out for the champion. And a drop kick from the challenger. Working on the arm now is Andrade. May lessen the power, or the impact I should say, of the power moves by Apollo. Forearm smashes once again. That's only firing Apollo up. Enziguri avoided. Armlock DDT, I think, attempted there by Andrade, blocked by Cruz.
Cruz able to avoid damage there.
And Apollo this time hits the Enziguri flush on Andrade. He's now calling the former United States champ up. Military press slam, we know what's coming here. Dropping him. And the moonsault. Will Andrade be beaten? No, he won't. He kicks out. Cruz is confused. How many people has he put away with that power slam moonsault, or military press slam moonsault combo? And Andrade's just kicked out of it. Now Cruz having to continue the punishment. We have seen a more aggressive Cruz ever since he was moved back to Raw, and it showed in this match.
He's got nowhere to go in that corner.
Vega could do nothing off that pinfall, but Andrade had the wherewithal to kick out.
I'm afraid to think what's going to happen next.
I don't know how much more challenger can take, or even how much more a champion can give. Superplex now by Apollo.
Superplex.
Will that do Andrade in for a count of 3? No, not to be a 2 count only. Andrade fights out. It's been a while since he's been a challenger rather than a champion. Here we go again, Cruz continuing these power bombs.
Dynamic athleticism from Apollo Cruz.
Apollo seems to have a way of hurting Andrade multiple times. Suplex blocked by challenger, and double axe handle to the back. Kick against the ropes, multiple kicks against the ropes by Andrade. Over the top, Cruz sends the challenger. And a belly to belly, bringing him back in the ring.
Great display of strength with the suplex.
Elbow drop by Apollo. And now Cruz gonna deadlift the challenger, deadlift suplex. Andrade's feet were outside the ring, and that's what saved him there on that. I don't know if he was kicking out. It definitely wasn't an easy one for him to kick out of. Cruz continuing his assault on Andrade, and he needs to. He wants to put the former champion away and retain his title. Off the turnbuckle into a German suplex. That might be it. That might have taken the wind out of Andrade. Maybe not. Andrade's still in it. Very much so. Northern Lights bridging suplex. Rope save Andrade again. The long legs of Andrade coming to fruition. Well, coming to use here. Big boot avoided by a little back elbow by Cruz. Rolling elbow blocked by Andrade, and now an armbar. A submission on Cruz here. Will the champion tap out? Or will be able to power out?
No, it's not over yet.
Powering out.
Part of me thought he was going to tap.
Andrade quickly following up though, not giving Cruz a minute of time.
Quick thinking there by Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews has got Andrade on top rope again. And a kick to the outside.
He's taking it up.
And now Cruz following up. With a splash that's missed. Luckily he hasn't suffered too much ill effect from it. But definitely inaccurate there with the splash was Apollo Crews. And now Andrade. They tried to take advantage of Cruz missing that splash by getting it back into the ring here. Back suplex into the ropes by Andrade.
Right across the shoulders.
And Apollo Crews needs to recover here if he can. Uh-oh. Now Andrade looking to give Cruz a taste of his own medicine.
Oh no.
What's the plan here, Andrade? It's got Cruz positioned for something. Hurricane Rana off the top. Very athletic maneuver there by Andrade, and he needs to follow up on it right now. He needs to make sure the champion is down and out.
Producing a trampling.
Impressive
Just
offense.
stomping on Cruz here. I mean, it might not be technically sound, but it's effective. It does the trick, and Andrade try to keep the big man down. If you've got Cruz on the ground, he can't use his power to get back into it. You got to think about it that way.
Cruz able to avoid damage
Forearm
there.
blocked. Belly to belly by Cruz.
Boom! Right between the
Right hand into
eyes.
the corner. Reversal by Andrade. Uh-oh. Oh no. Tiebreaker in, just chopping him down.
A striking blow.
What's Andrade thinking here? Stomping the champion, and a leg drop to the outside. What a match this is turning out to be here between Andrade and Apollo Crews for the United States Championship. Crews blocks, the suplex with a neck breaker. And now he's just deadlifting him.
He's got him up.
Inverted DDT.
Spikes him down.
It's crazy how much power this man possesses. Blocked by Andrade.
Pitch right now.
Front face lock, snapmare takedown into a headlock or chin lock, I guess, by Andrade. And Apollo Crews may not be able to power out of this one. Then again, I could be wrong. Apollo does power out. And it's suplexing the champion.
Vertical suplex. Bam.
Lining up Andrade, it looks like. I don't know what he's going for. Andrade just try to recover. It's dead. Oh, he was going to put him on the top rope, I think. But Andrade turning it around. Drop kick avoided by Crews.
Oh, the reversal by Apollo Crews.
Elbow bust, Crews open. And Crews in a problematic situation here.
Saw what he had in mind there.
Swinging, spinning kick there.
Standing shooting star. Here's the
Standing shooting star press. Will that be it for Andrade?
Kick out. You can see
Again,
the
he kicks
frustration
out.
starting to build.
almost pinned there.
Not yet.
Will Crews be able to finish off his most recent challenger?
Apollo Crews season opening.
Olympic slam.
Eliminate the core. This is a great move. Straight punch.
Right hand to Andrade once again. Andrade sends Crews over the top.
Evading
Right hand by
positive
Crews.
The
Back in the ring comes the champ with a shoulder tackle. Once again, deadlifting Andrade. What an opening match we are witnessing here at Backlash. Top rope. Cruz is going now with anything he's got left. The champion has exhausted himself trying to beat the challenger here. Elbow to the back. Will that do the trick? Andrade still fights out.
Of the challenger keeps this match going.
You can just see how much this title means, how much one is
Andrade
willing
with a block.
to go to claim themselves as the new champion.
And now Andrade's got Cruz once again in trouble. A stomp. Now bringing the champion to the center of the ring. You gotta know it. You gotta think he knows what he's doing here now in order to get the United States Championship. Stomp. And now Andrade may be looking for the finishing touch to regain his United States Championship.
Hammerlock coming up.
Hammerlock by Andrade into the DDT on the Apollo Crews. And I think we're having new United States Champion. Cruz gets the shoulder up. Are you kidding me? Apollo Crews staying very much in it. Andrade try to make sure he can finish off Cruz here, but Cruz blocks a suplex. And now Apollo Crews. Cruz control.
Will the reign continue?
Apollo Crews is rolling now.
And now in the center of the ring after Cruz control. I don't think Andrade's getting out of this one. It'd be funny if he did, a miracle if he did. And Apollo Crews retains his United States Championship after Cruz control. He kicked out of the Hammerlock DDT and managed to turn it around on Andrade with Cruz control.
This was not it.
And maybe, just maybe, that's Andrade's last chance at the United States Championship. We don't know. But what we do know is that Apollo Crews is still the United States Champion. What a way to open Backlash.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE United States Champion, Apollo Crews.
So Apollo Crews retains the United States Championship here to open Backlash. Up next is a triple threat tag team match for the Women's Tag Team Championships.
Believe it or not.
Right, well, up next is the Women's Tag Team Champion triple threat match. Of course, Bayley and Sasha Banks, the new champions, will defend against the Iiconics and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. All these teams have been champions before, of course. But I'm predicting that the champions who have just won the titles will hold on to them, at least for now anyway. Let's see. Here come Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. The Iiconics had one reign with the Women's Tag Team Championships and did precisely nothing with them. Here they come anyway.
WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, the Iiconics.
It's a big time opportunity, Byron, as the title.
Anyway, let's take a look at the build to this match. If there is much, I don't know if there is much. 4 teams have held the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, and 3 of them will be battling for the gold at Backlash. Bayley and Sasha Banks will defend their newly won titles against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross and the Iiconics in a loaded triple threat match. The SmackDown Women's Champion and the Boss are fresh off reclaiming the titles on SmackDown with a win over Bliss and Cross. After an extended absence from the squared circle, the Iiconics have made their intentions clear since their return. They want their titles back. Will the role models use the opportunity as a launching point for a long title reign, or will a former championship tandem once again claim tag team glory? Here comes the role model. Also, of course, the SmackDown Women's Champion. Opting not to bring that title out.
Incredibly confident, Corey.
And with good reason, Cole. When you're the champ, you don't have to worry about winning. You just have to make sure you don't lose. That is the champion's advantage.
It's not a champion's advantage in this one, Corey, because it's a triple threat tag team match, which means there's no disqualifications, no countouts, no champion's advantage. If Bayley and Sasha are to hold on to their titles, they're going to have to do it by either pinning Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Billie Kay, or Peyton Royce. And of course, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross could pin either the Iconics, or either the Iconics could pin Bliss and Cross, and the champions won't even be involved in the fall of the losing titles. Make that clear, because everyone seems to do that at a triple threat match, like, oh, even the champions could lose this. That even get pinned. But here comes Bayley's best friend, of course, the boss.
And their partner from Boston, Massachusetts. She is one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Sasha Banks.
Byron, it's always a treat to see Sasha Banks.
The legit
Sasha
boss.
Banks has her own swag. She's got her own confidence.
Finally got a title again. It might not be a Raw Women's title or a SmackDown Women's title, maybe well even an NXT Women's title. But it's a tag title and it's a championship that the boss deserves. The boss deserves a championship. And at the moment, she's got to make do with the SmackDown Women's one. I should say not the SmackDown Women's one, sorry, the Women's Tag Team titles. Maybe a foreshadowing there to see if she does win the SmackDown Women's title down the line, who knows. But anyway, Bayley and Sasha are on the same page here tonight, and hopefully we'll stay that way in order to keep the titles and keep Bayley a double champion. And here comes one half of the most recent champions to lose their titles. By which I mean, of course, one half of the team that Bayley and Sasha Banks beat for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Little Miss Bliss.
And the Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss, the goddess of WWE.
To say these are all teams, it's only the Iconics that actually have a tag team entrance.
To do to be successful here tonight.
She's definitely impressed in the weeks leading up to this match. If she can
Here comes the
replicate
final
those types of
participant
performances,
for this matchup.
she has a real chance of walking out of here
Alexa Bliss's tag team partner, of course. At first, everyone expected this to be a short-term story where Alexa would end up turning on Nikki Cross, but these two have now been a team for over a year. And I don't know when it's going to end. It depends when Creative has something else, I guess, for them.
From Glasgow,
Anyway, here comes
Nikki.
the other half of the former tag team champions. I mean, everyone has held the women's tag team champions at some point in this match.
She was licking the pavement.
Iconics have had one reign. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss have had 2 reigns. And Bayley and Sasha Banks are currently on their second reign with the belts.
In the asylum. You should go and do an interview with her. You like one of those sit downs, like just you and her in the back?
Yeah, I don't think my microphone works though.
Will we see glory for one of the other teams, or will the role model and her best friend capture the titles? That looks so weird with Billie Kay's face just being there when Nikki Cross is going absolutely mental cakes at the ropes. She has not got all her facilities in check, I'll tell you that much. Something seriously wrong inside that head. Yeah, I mean, she's dangerous, she's unpredictable pretty much. But here we go anyway. Women's triple threat tag team match. And Bayley immediately going for Nikki Cross.
We've seen alliances in the women's
Sasha Banks with Billie Kay.
and it's culminating with these pairs facing off for the top prize.
Now Bayley
in
going for
women's
Alexa
tag
instead.
team competition.
So we've got Sasha and Bayley paired off, Peyton and Nikki, and then Bayley and Alexa. We know Bayley and Alexa have had their history.
That's how you wear down your opponent.
Knee breaker by Bayley, of course, I can switch between Bayley and Sasha at any point. Did I want to switch between them at any point? Bayley slamming down Alexa. Can you move? Thank you. Oh, okay. What the fuck is... They've ruined my move. I'm so mad. Leg sweep by Sasha and Nikki taking out Peyton. I won't be able to keep up with all the action in this one. It won't be easy. Sasha and Bayley starting off strong here, as you can see. Bayley to the outside. Now, of course, you have to think if someone pins Bayley, they should be given a shot at the SmackDown Women's Championship, you think. Say if Alexa Bliss pins Bayley, or Nikki Cross pins Bayley, or even Peyton or Billie pinning Bayley, I'd say that's a contendership thing right there. But Sasha going to work on Billie Kay at the outside. Nikki Cross also outside. And it looks as if the Iconics... Oh, never mind. It looks as if the Iconics might work together. Or at least Peyton and Royce might work together with Bayley to take down Alexa, but I was immediately proved wrong on that point. Hurricane Rana. Bayley. Knocking down Peyton Royce with a drop kick after Peyton hit the super kick to Alexa. This is just going to be all out chaos.
She's in full control now.
German suplex. Do you want one as well, Alexa? No, that's what I thought. Alexa Bliss and Bayley, the only two women inside the ring now. All other 4 women outside of it. Michinoku driver, will it be that for the women's tag team titles? No, an easy kick out for Alexa Bliss too early in this one.
Sasha Banks is under some heavy assault.
Lefebvre's press, and in comes Sasha. And now Sasha and Bayley just working together on Alexa.
Vicious kick. Sasha striking right to the kidney.
But now Billie Kay coming in to deal with Sasha. Snap suplex. You'll remember the Iconics now. Peyton Royce in here too. And Bayley going to get a taste of punishment from Peyton Royce. The Iconics taking down the tag team champions here. And Sasha rolling to the outside. Nikki Cross back in. Bayley catching the leg across, so what is going on here? The Iconics working together on Alexa Bliss while Bayley goes to work on Nikki Cross. Bayley struck first before Billie. Double underhook into a suplex. And Bayley looking for a quick win here. 1 count once again. The role model feels as if she might have things in hand here. Sasha Banks re-entering. Snapmare takedown and kick to the back.
Oh, a right hand for good measure. This isn't going to be pretty. Hangman's neck breaker. Gosh.
Guillotine
Guillotine
by Sasha.
Is Bliss going to tap? Is Bliss going to tap out? No, she breaks it. Wow, she's quite
You see Bayley try to stop Billie Kay and Nikki Cross from interfering with that guillotine by Sasha. But to no avail, of course, as Alexa Bliss, I should say, broke out anyway. Sunset flip powerbomb into a cover. Who's going for her in this one?
Nothing fancy about that.
Sasha recovering on the outside. Bayley, German suplex on the outside to Billie Kay.
Oh yeah, here's Nikki Cross. She's looking wobbly, guys. And I assure you the hazards outside the ring are very, very real. This is a bad situation.
Hurricane Rana by Sasha.
Northern Lights. Really just laying it in.
Peyton Royce now the target of the boss. Peyton Royce avoiding bankrupt. but she can't avoid that Russian leg sweep. Nikki Cross with a double-handed bulldog. Bayley back in the ring here against Billie Kay, I believe.
Oh, dropped in the crossface.
Crossface from Cross, but Sasha able to get out of it.
But has the damage been done? Oh my God, look at Sasha Banks, just like Byron in his job. She returns the
Sasha
favor
been
there.
net breakers. Will she be able to kick out?
Tough situation to be in right here. And Sasha Banks.
Yes, she will. I don't know why nobody's breaking out the pin. It's not like it's an elimination. It's first fall wins.
Interesting game plan here.
Peyton Royce picking up Sasha.
Oh man, by the hair.
Sasha blocks. Are you about to see Peyton Royce go bankrupt?
It's been a hard-hitting affair here tonight.
These competitors are going to have trouble walking on their own after this
One
one.
count by Peyton.
So resourceful.
Too early, I think. Still, Nikki Cross once again going for the crossface, but this time Sasha making it to the ropes. And champions here not looking too great. Alexa with Bayley. Sasha on the outside. Bayley though, that's enough to counter.
Slips out of the ring.
Snapmare with a kick to the back. And now Bayley knee breaker, it looks like, to Royce.
Shin breaker.
Alexa being lined up for something here.
The front face lock applied.
Bayley plex.
Nice suplex.
And Bayley running things in the ring now as she should be. She is a women's champion, a double champion.
And the instinct from Nikki Cross on display.
You know, Billie Kay and Nikki Cross are battling on the outside. Bayley's got Peyton Royce on the inside. Royce blocks a suplex into one of her own.
Peyton Royce will take advantage.
Alexa Bliss is looking to take advantage here. Oh no, she's not. She's going for Bayley instead. She wants Bayley. She doesn't want Royce.
Ollie up and
Both women want Bayley. They're going to have to work together if one of them's going to get her. Or fight each other.
the champ to the top turnbuckle. From the top.
Submission broken up by Sasha.
There's the save.
An elbow drop off the top.
Right to the kidneys.
Nikki Cross going after Sasha, who blocks. And an elbow. And Sasha actually catching the referee.
Oh my God.
Go for the win to retain the championship. Not yet.
Nikki kicks out, but Alexa comes in with a save anyway. I'm trying to get one of these for a bankrupt.
Looking vulnerable now, guys.
And a cover now.
That spinning leg lariat. Cover.
No, she's got a tremendous amount of
Once
resilience.
again,
I think
a
she's
quick
got
kick
some
out.
something left here.
Ref was against the ropes. It did take a little while. Both the Iconics stay outside. The champions and one team of challengers anyway are inside.
A surprising reversal from Sasha Banks.
Sasha with a slam.
Right to the kidney. Golly.
No second rope splash to Cross.
Roaring through this crowd right now.
What the heck is going on? This is just chaos at this point. She's probably Nikki Cross's favourite element. Chaos was an element, of course.
Scoops down into position.
Sleeper slam by Sasha. Nikki rolls out.
For the first time tonight,
Is Alexa going for Twisted Bliss? No, getting sent on and catching Bayley with it. Sasha helping Bayley to her feet.
This is some great offense by Alexa Bliss.
Sasha sending Peyton to the outside. Uh-oh. What is the boss thinking?
DDT from Alexa Bliss.
Flying on her head.
Finish the job. Man, I wonder if
We saw the DDT by Alexa Bliss at the same time we saw it from Sasha. Will we see new tag team champions here? How many replays are we going to get of this? Kick out from Billie Kay. Alexa Bliss takes out the leg of Sasha.
For the second time, Alexa Bliss
Role
heads
model
for
to
the
the
top
out
rope.
is on the outside. Billie Kay in trouble, hands to Nikki, but Billie Kay able to reverse. And what is Alexa Bliss thinking here? Cross body. All three of these teams going absolutely tooth and nail to be women's tag team champions. Neck breaker by Royce, I believe. And now Sasha in a bit of a situation. Kicks out. Slam by Sasha. I wonder what is it? What is it? I don't know, to be honest. I'm trying to say what's happening here in this match. A good break up there by Sasha, saving the titles, but not Billie. Try to take Sasha out. What a reversal from the boss. I think Bayley just did her finisher. Tornado DDT by Sasha. Oh, but it's a kick out once again. I was so confident that we'd had the titles there. And not to be. Uh-oh, what's Sasha thinking? More importantly, what's Bayley thinking? Michinoku driver. Sasha has got Alexa Bliss in an unfavourable position. Double knees. And that should do it. If Sasha can get the pinfall off, that's going to be it. It's got to be it for the women's tag team titles here at Backlash. Look at this. Just the impact. Sending Alexa Bliss to the mat. And a cover. Alexa Bliss with a kick out. I thought I would do it for definite. Billie Kay, now the target of Sasha. Sasha doing absolutely everything she can to avoid another team taking the tag titles. This one's just a mess right now. Bayley accidentally catching Sasha there. Bayley sent to Sasha again. This is problematic for the tag title holders.
Enough is enough. Over and over. So much aggression.
Nikki Cross sent down by Sasha.
With some attitude.
Nikki already blew for the follow. And the 1,000 sparks, I appreciate it. Bankrupt once again on Nikki Cross.
Penny predicament.
She's not done yet, but you have to believe that she's still in all sorts of trouble here.
Take down by Royce. Bayley. Also still in this one. Good champs. Neck breaker. A right hand. And Bayley picking up Alexa.
Another one. Could the third time be the charm?
Russian leg sweep. This match has been chaos from the bell that begun this. And it's going to be chaos till the end.
I'm afraid to think what's going to happen next.
Bayley's got Alexa in a horrible position. Peyton Royce looking to take advantage.
Listen to this place.
Off the ropes now. Bayley over the top. Drop down and a Louise press, or Louise Fez press, I guess you're going to call it that. Sasha recovering, as is Alexa. Uh-oh. Peyton Royce has got Bayley in trouble. Venus flytrap, will it be the Iconics? Bayley gets the shoulder up. Imagine though if Peyton Royce had pinned Bayley there.
Shoulders down now. Is it enough to retain the championship? Sasha Banks avoided that attack and hit back even harder.
The size of this
Still gets the pin, but luckily Nikki kicked out.
Sasha Banks is just one step ahead tonight. Offs rolling on all cylinders. Bringing it back between the ropes. Oh my God, look at Sasha Banks, just like Byron in his job.
Bank rub once again.
And it's Billie Kay showing some agility.
Alexa went straight for Sasha there. She didn't think twice about it.
Scoop slam. She's in
Now
control.
Bayley, German suplex and the Nikki cross. This is an absolute hell of a match. There's non-stop action in this one.
Here's the pin.
Bayley trying to steal the pin.
Kick out at 2.
Kick out once again.
Still in it. Taking out the arm. Great strategy. Oh, it's raking the back.
Nikki cross. Attacking the champion. Now Billie Kay going to come over for a bit of a scrap with Bayley. Everyone wants a champion.
Beautiful Northern Lights suplex.
Northern Lights suplex by Nikki Cross. What the hell is going on here? This is a massacre. DDT.
This is exactly what you should expect from the number.
And Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. I didn't even notice that was the DDT. Oh, bro.
We've got some time to take a look at some of the highlights from that one.
Jesus Christ, that could have been anyone's. But is this what we'll see in real life? The first ever 3-time women's tag team champions. There were times where I thought maybe the Iconics had it. There were times where I thought maybe Bayley and Sasha had it. But in the end, a sneaky DDT by Alexa got the job done. And Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross apparently are going to hold the tag titles once again. I'm not sure if that'll come to fruition. It's definitely not who I'm predicting. But I mean, if it's possible.
Feeling it is when the referee hands over those titles and you realize you're the new tag team.
Anyway, up next, I believe it is Jeff Hardy going one-on-one with the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. Alright, like I said, up next we've got Sheamus going one-on-one with Jeff Hardy. After 2 grueling matches so far, Apollo Crews retaining his title against Andrade, and then with the SmackDown tag team or the women's tag team titles, I should say, changing hands as Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss won it. Will we see Sheamus win here or Jeff Hardy win? I think I'm going to go with Sheamus. I think he's going to get a cheap victory over Jeff Hardy, and they might get the feud to go longer. I don't know, it could go either way in my honest opinion. I still got the bar entrance. It shows how out of date 2K20 is.
Perhaps the most underrated superstar in WWE history. Sheamus has done it all.
But here comes the Celtic Warrior.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Let's get the build up for this one.
Making his way to the ring, representing the Bar from Dublin, Ireland. Weighing in at 267 pounds.
Is there a build for this match? There might not actually be a build for this match that I can find. Oh, here we are. I know there is build in real life, like actual, but like... Right, here we are. Jeff Hardy has proved himself as one of the toughest superstars in WWE history, but Sheamus is intent on being the one obstacle that finally breaks the legendary competitor. The charismatic enigma and the Celtic Warrior are set to meet at WWE Backlash in a matchup of former WWE champions. Hardy earned the victory in the last matchup with a shocking rally to seal the win. The rivalry goes far beyond the ring, The Sheamus highlight sets on Hardy throughout the Iconics superstars return to action. The charismatic Enigma was recently apprehended after a hit and run incident in the WWE Performance Center, but was released from custody by the Orlando police after passing the required sobriety tests, therefore absolving Hardy of the charges. Hardy believed the Celtic Warrior was to blame for the orchestrating the scheme, but Sheamus met those aspersions with a brutal bro kick attack. Will Sheamus deliver the crushing blow, or is Hardy ready to dispatch its roadblock comeback journey? We shall see.
And his opponent representing the Hardy Boys.
Obviously, he's not representing the Hardy Boys. There is only one Hardy Boy now in WWE. The other one resides in AEW. But Jeff Hardy is here. And Sheamus is here. Neither of them are actually representing teams like the game has said. It's because I haven't disbanded them. That's why it's saying that.
He's got painted on eyes.
Jeff Hardy. He's ready for Sheamus, I think.
For over 20 years, here we go.
And Sheamus coming in with a pre-match attack.
Listen to this place. It's unreal.
The decibel level in
Jeff trying to fight back here.
These fans are on
But Sheamus very cowardly attack to kick off this match.
You better clear the way.
And you need to watch out for the Celtic Warrior.
Charismatic Enigma. You don't know what persona he's going to take any given night.
Welcome, Heyday James, to the stream.
Jump off of to make the highlight reel and pick up
Slam by Sheamus. And this is probably exactly how the Celtic Warrior wanted this one to begin.
Look at Sheamus having a good time.
Back suplex now.
Jeff Hardy hurting a little here. Yeah, but he's not breathing heavy yet.
Again, a headbutt by Sheamus, and this is probably... I don't know if maybe this is how Jeff Hardy envisioned this match to go, but this is probably certainly how Sheamus wanted the earlier exchanges of this match to go.
How do you counter an opponent?
Dropping Hardy.
One of the downsides of relying on
A
aerial
knee by
is the
Sheamus.
setup leaves you open to attack.
And Jeff Hardy is in absolute turmoil already at the start of this match.
And then make him pay for it when he's at
Sheamus'
his most
pre-match
vulnerable.
attack
We've certainly seen
will result in a quick win. Spine buster into a cover. Jeff Hardy kicks out.
Just not enough damage done yet, Cole.
The crowd with a "You look stupid" chant. Of course, in real life, he's back with his 2011 kind of style of hair, rather than this mohawk. But of course, the game is so out of date. Suplex by Sheamus, and he knows that the fans hate him, and he loves it.
And Sheamus looking to get this capacity crowd behind him.
Just ruthless. Sheamus losing that
Calculated
fire. He's
attacks
non-stop
by
attack.
Sheamus here. Going for the head, of course. Maybe set up Jeff for the brogue kick. Suplex once again though by Sheamus. Maybe work on the body perhaps for high cross. Gonna bring back all the old Sheamus moves.
Knee drop. That was nasty.
So precise.
And Jeff Hardy can't seem to get going. The pre-match attack by Sheamus.
Sharp knee.
Obviously, I mean, well, it showed that Jeff Hardy can't get back into this one yet. Rolling senton.
Jeff Hardy is finding him. He could pin his opponent.
And a cover off the rolling senton. That actually could be it.
I wouldn't have been surprised.
And a
if
2
that was
count.
it. Wow.
Wow, I thought this was over.
Boom, what a forearm.
Sheamus has been relentless this match, not letting Hardy even get any offense in. And a clothesline to the outside. And what a assault from the Celtic Warrior to kick off this one.
Irish charm.
And he's happy to beat Jeff Hardy by any means. Sees movement though from the charismatic Enigma.
The entire complexion of this match.
And Sheamus is smart enough to follow up, throwing Hardy into the steps. And Jeff's in serious trouble here. Try to fight back.
A quick reversal by Sheamus.
Now Sheamus Fallaway slam against the barricade.
You guys are so cute.
And he's heading back
And
in.
Sheamus happy to beat Jeff by any means necessary. He doesn't care. Sheamus looking for the adoration here of the crowd. He's not going to get it. He's daring Jeff to come back in. Ref at 7 count.
Right to the midsection.
And Sheamus falling straight back up here. This is an aggressive Sheamus.
Jeff Hardy just
And knee as well.
So quick.
Jeff needs to get back into this sooner rather than later.
All the way out.
But Sheamus has got his every move scouted.
Making him pay.
Jeff Hardy needs to find a way out.
Literally.
You guys are so cute.
These competitors have
Jeff
been
could literally
going
get
deep
nothing
into the
going
arsenal
here.
all match, but have not found a way to end it at all.
Swings in momentum every push.
This has
is
just been
on.
complete domination by Sheamus.
Sheamus appears to be admiring
Not
his
sure
work.
if the charismatic enigma expects to get no offense, but I don't know. Elbow blocked by Hardy. And now a drop kick, and this could be where the charismatic enigma gets back into it a little bit.
We got a cover.
Is he going for a cover off of this?
Very curious move to go for.
Very easy kick out from Sheamus. It's too early, way too early.
Complete stupidity, Cole.
But Jeff needs to get back into this one now. Snapmare takedown. Kick to the back. And neck crank now. Try to slow down the Celtic Warriors.
That's how you wear down your opponent.
Very, very quick assault.
Jeff Hardy's on
Right
the
hand.
attack.
Another snapmare takedown. This time the kick scattered by Sheamus.
Sheamus slips out of harm's way.
Oh no.
Snapmare. Sheamus looking a little bit uneasy here.
No need to panic. He's still swinging.
Sheamus still trying to recover now. Jeff's fought back a little bit. Maybe shaking off the damage of that pre-match attack.
Bang right in the face.
Right hand straight to Sheamus. And Jeff Hardy more aggressive than we usually see him.
He's hitting on all cylinders right now.
Twist of Fate blocked. And now white noise
Uh-oh. Not going to be good.
delivered to Jeff.
Wow, Jeff Hardy gets the reversal. Perhaps he's thinking the ring can't contain what he has
Jeff
in
not
mind
sure
here.
what to do here. Oh, Sheamus went for a cheap brogue kick. And Jeff saw it coming. I think maybe Sheamus was looking to brogue kick and get a counter victory, perhaps maybe throw Jeff back in for the victory, but it was avoided by Jeff, who saw it coming, and that just made Sheamus more angry.
Jeff Hardy being pressed hard here.
Spine buster.
Back into the ring.
Sheamus returned to the ring, only to break the count though. He wants to deliver more punishment to Hardy on the outside. The anger flowing through Sheamus, the fact that everyone
Jeff Hardy
is
needs to
in
find
love
a
with
way
Jeff
out.
Hardy still. What a
Jeez, you
throw
might break a neck that way.
by the Celtic Warrior. Definitely some sort of anger fueling Sheamus here into the barricade. Just continuing the punishment.
Is being stopped.
Once again, the referee at 6 count. Cross body by Jeff.
Look at this.
Uh-oh, he's right.
Producing a trampling.
Uh-oh. Right hand knocks down Sheamus.
That's how you stop your opponent.
More aggressive Hardy, like we said. But Sheamus is aggressive anyway. Against the ropes now is Hardy. Sheamus draping Hardy on the ropes there. And what's this? Is this the old cloverleaf by Sheamus?
Good job getting to the ropes.
The rope saved Jeff though this time.
He's stuck in the corner now.
Sunset flip, power bomb.
Definitely in a tough spot now.
Jeff Hardy still trying to get back into this one. DDT planting Sheamus.
Now the blood is flowing from Sheamus's face.
At the head.
Honestly, despite the pre-match attack for Sheamus, Jeff Hardy still has a very good chance of pinning the Celtic Warrior. Sheamus now has Jeff Hardy set up on the top rope. Superplex. And that might finish the charismatic Enigma off. We know if Jeff Hardy has one thing, it's resilience.
Refuses to fade away tonight.
Not catching the arm of Sheamus, but Sheamus obviously has the power advantage and gets out with no problem.
A surprise reversal from Jeff Hardy.
Crucifix,
Crucifix, nicely done.
but no pinfall after it, surprisingly. Usually that's followed up by a pinfall, but now Sheamus going back to beating up Jeff Hardy. Begging Jeff to come back in.
Nice right hand.
What a right hand by Sheamus. This is not enjoyable if you're Jeff Hardy, although he has just snuck out of the backbreaker attempt. But it's just that easy for Sheamus. It's just that easy.
Jeff Hardy being pressed hard here.
Jeff has taken a lot of punishment, but he's managed to avoid Sheamus's big moves anyway. Which leads you to think, what will actually put Jeff Hardy away, if anything? What does Sheamus have to do? He's going top rope. We don't see this from the Celtic Warrior often. He must be thinking something big if he's going top rope. Elbow drop. Will that put Hardy away? Jesus Christ. Jeff Hardy still fighting in this one.
It's obviously worth everything. Obviously worth every drop of
Knee
sweat
avoided by
on the
Hardy.
ground.
And I think we're going to catapult again. Sheamus getting sent into the ropes. Ah, no, right on the neck. Right hand.
And Sheamus slips
Sheamus
out hard
blocking Hardy. Hardy's wrist must hurt too much for him to be able to lift Sheamus on that occasion.
Hold on, guys. This isn't good.
Hardy off the top.
All the way from...
Crossbody caught though.
A quick reversal by Sheamus.
And a backbreaker. Just no remorse from the Celtic Warrior.
And Sheamus looking to get this capacity crowd behind him. In the face.
Right hand to Hardy.
A surprise reversal from Jeff.
And you got to think maybe if Sheamus does get the victory over Hardy here, you've got to attribute some of it to the pre-match attack. Sheamus with a quick kick out there.
He evades the attack.
Sheamus has Hardy. Clothesline knocking the charismatic Enigma down.
Jeff Hardy came
Uh-oh.
up big in that exchange.
Jeff managing to counter Sheamus once again, face first. And what is Hardy thinking now? Right hand. Doing absolutely everything he can with as much aggression as he can to take down the Celtic Warrior. Will Jeff go for the home run? No, he won't. He's going to deliver some more punishment to Sheamus.
Watch this.
Suplex, it's scouted. No, it's not.
So powerful.
Thought I'd reversed that, but I guess I didn't. And Jeff is feeling it now here at Backlash.
Oh, what are they doing here? All the way out.
Sheamus this time does block. And the snake eyes. And now Sheamus. Oh, we've not seen this in a while from Sheamus. The high cross. Will that do it for Hardy?
And he got a near fall out of it. Yeah, but he's
Jeff
hurt,
Hardy
guys.
kicks out of the high cross. Sheamus once again going for submission. This time it's a Boston Crab, but
Did you really doubt
Jeff
that he
saves
would?
himself and making it to the ropes.
In the face. Wow, Jeff Hardy.
What a
gets the
physical,
reversal.
grueling battle this has been. It's hard to tell who will get the victory here, but again, like I said,
Stomping away.
you got to give credit to the pre-match attack if it's Sheamus that comes out with the 3 count here. Jeff just deadlifting Sheamus.
Oh, what are they doing here? All the way
Jeff
out.
Hardy going to follow the same move again. Yeah, face first. Twist of fate.
Looking for the victory.
And Sheamus
Barely, but it counts.
powering out. If you're Jeff, obviously you've got to wonder what you have to do. I think
Here he
Jeff
goes.
knows
Jeff
what he
Hardy
has
has
to
something in
do.
mind. He's trying again.
Swan, ton, bomb.
Picture perfect execution. That is a huge opportunity
Sheamus
for Jeff Hardy.
still
Even
fighting
now,
out.
Sheamus refuses to concede anything. That's why they call him the Celtic Warrior.
He's just going to go for a second one, a follow-up. It looks like it.
And one more time, Jeff Hardy heads up.
He's going back to the well.
Senton connects.
Once again, the Swanton bomb trying to keep Sheamus down.
I don't know what will.
And eventually it does.
Man, that one's got to
Jeff
feel good.
Hardy with the victory. Thank you, Craig, for the 1,000 sparks.
Let's take a look at some of the action from that match. Wow.
Maybe not the way I expect it to go in real life, but what a battle. And Jeff Hardy needed to give everything and more to take down the Celtic Warrior. You have to think though, if Sheamus could have connected with a brogue kick, would we have seen a different result?
Here is your
It doesn't matter. No, yep, English is good. Jeff Hardy
You heard
victorious
the ring announcer. This one's over. And here's your winner.
over
That
Sheamus.
was an unfair match from the start. The WWE Universe was
Sheamus got the pre-match attack, but still couldn't take down the charismatic Enigma. And Jeff Hardy's comeback tour continues with a victory. But up next, we've got Asuka defending her Raw Women's Championship against Nia Jax. Right, I've decided that I'm not going to do this on Universe Mode because it's taken 3 times to try and set up this match. I mean, there's no definite way it's going to work this time. But anyway, Asuka is now up to defend her Raw Women's Championship against Nia Jax in her first pay-per-view title defense.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Just ignore the location every time it comes up. It's just because you can't switch it on exhibition mode, which is kind of dumb. But there you go. Here comes the irresistible force, Nia Jax.
Irresistible force.
Asuka will face her first test as Raw Women's Champion at WWE Backlash when she takes on the imposing Nia Jax. The Irresistible Force has had her eye on the Empress of Tomorrow ever since it was revealed that Asuka's Money in the Bank win was for the championship itself, instead of the usual contract. Jax crashed Asuka's celebration, and after that maneuver backfired, she took out Asuka's tag team partner Kairi Sane, sending the champion into a rage. Jax earned the opportunity to challenge Asuka by defeating NXT Women's Champion Charlotte Flair and Natalya in a triple threat on the Memorial Day edition of Raw. Can she capitalize on the momentum and end Asuka's reign? I mean, there's a very good chance of it. But will it happen? Could only hope not. Of course, Asuka has won all the women's titles there is to win, except for the NXT UK one. She's won the NXT Women's Championship, she's won the SmackDown Women's Championship, she's won the Women's Tag Team Championships, and now she's finally completed the set by becoming Raw Women's Champion.
Asuka's going to need to rely on her speed tonight, her submission ability, her striking skills if she wants any chance to topple the face breaker.
Corey's right.
In the top tier.
Obviously, the power advantage will go to Nia.
We are in for a good one here
Speed
tonight.
and submission skills will go in favor of Asuka. But to be able to pin Asuka, or for Asuka to be able to pin Nia, I should say, just have to get her on the floor.
Introducing the challenger from San Diego, California, Nia Jax. And introducing the champion from Osaka, Japan, the Raw Women's Champion.
Sorry, I was watching something. Yeah, I got sent just quickly. But Asuka meaning all business here.
We're about to see which woman rules the landscape around here.
This could be, I mean obviously it's her first defense, but this could be the most difficult defense she'll have while holding this title. I mean obviously she might lose it tonight, but if she doesn't, it still might be her most tricky defense.
The women's champion posted on social media today, nothing makes me happier than decimating whoever dares approach the peak of my
Two drop kicks in the clothesline and Nia Jax is outside.
It might be unfortunate then that her challenger possesses the ability to move mountains and might shove the champ clean off the top.
Oh, what a
drop kick again. And this time the kick takes her down.
Covered by the champ.
Quick cover by Asuka.
Not sure what made her
One
think
count.
that was a good time for a pin attempt.
A drop kick to the face as Nia was getting up. Of course, Asuka got to try and keep
Asuka with a vice grip on
Nia
the wrist,
down,
and here
so
come
obviously
the
she
kicks.
can't use her power.
Kicking away is Asuka.
The Empress of Tomorrow imposing
It's an incredible
her will.
start
Nobody wants
by
to
Asuka.
face
She's going to have
Asuka
to
when she's
keep
rolling.
on Nia as much as she can.
Armbreaker. Nia Jax seems to have lost a step now.
Honestly, Asuka can wrestle her best start in this championship match so far.
Asuka is just so dangerous in the ring, Corey. Do you have any idea
These strikes are even phasing Nia. That one might though.
It won't be easy. Asuka isn't like most superstars where her cockiness tends to get the better of her. If anything, it only makes her more powerful. But the key is not to fall into Asuka's trap.
Asuka just keeping Nia on the mat here. I bet this is not how anyone expected this match to begin.
It won't be easy, but it's a strategy.
Gentlemen, October 7, 2015 was the day a record-breaking
Oh, kick
undefeated
blocked.
streak was born. Asuka showed us a precursor to what would be the most dominant reign
Uh-oh.
of the modern era.
Asuka missed and now Nia could take advantage. Spinebuster. Now just laughing at the champion.
This one's
Asuka
about
tries
the
to get back to her
women's
feet.
championship, and nothing
In the
means
corner
more
now.
to these women than that title. Elbow smash! Asuka with the offense. What a shot. That's unique, Corey. A bad place to be for the challenger.
Asuka just tried to take down Nia. Hurricane Rana eventually does it.
Shoulders down now. Is it
Another
enough
cover
to
on
retain
Nia
the
Jax.
championship? And Nia Jax kicks
Now it
out.
powers out again.
Not yet.
Recognizing that dominant streak you brought up, Michael, making history has become second nature to Asuka. For all that time, nobody figured out
Asuka just with the
Empress of
combo
Tomorrow.
strikes.
No one solved the puzzle. No one was ready for Asuka.
Truer words.
And it's just going to be how it has to be. With Asuka just continually striking Nia.
Thought they had the answer, but Asuka always changed the question.
Double axe handle to the outside. Brutality by Asuka, not letting Nia get anything in this match. Uh-oh, headbutt.
Crushing headbutt.
Remember, Nia has to get Asuka in the ring if she wants to win this. Maybe she just wants to start Asuka, I don't know.
With some offense of her own.
Fireman's carry.
Asuka breaking out the fireman's carry.
Back between
Making it to the ring. 9 count. And Nia making it back in as well.
I thought we were going to get a count out there for a minute. Oh my God.
Asuka just trying to keep the irresistible force grounded, and it's a smart move from the Raw Women's Champ.
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash.
Splash by Asuka wants to get a cover on Nia, who can't seem to get going in this one. Nia kicks out again.
Unreal.
This time at 2 though. Fireman's carry takeover by Jax. This may be where she can get back into this one a little bit. The knees to Asuka
Over and over. Not looking good right now.
in the corner now. And this is a problem for the Raw Women's Champ. What is Nia thinking? Top rope.
Oh no.
Asuka with the wherewithal to counter.
All the way for the
And a spinning kick. And Asuka feels she's got this truly in hand.
And here we go.
An armbar.
She's out.
But
She
Nia
escapes the hold.
just powers out.
Her night was over too. This has been a colossal for the win to retain the championship.
Asuka
turns
with
it
a
around.
block.
Here we go.
Very DDT.
Lights out.
She's got to remember to get back in the ring before the referee's 10 count.
Nia taking advantage. She's played possible on the outside and the backbreaker to Asuka.
Backbreaker stretch.
Once again, I'll remind you guys, Nia has to pin or submit Asuka to become Raw Women's Champion here.
Ah, what a smash. That is just
Then again, she could just be
insulting.
going for punishment. 7 count. Of course, Asuka, if she's counted out, she will still keep the title even if she loses the match. Another spinning kick. And once again, Asuka send, well, it doesn't really send Nia to the outside.
The champ to the top turnbuckle.
Asuka's just, oh, I don't know,
Luck against Nia Jax.
missing Nia Jax there. And into the steps goes Asuka. Asuka's just doing a lot of punishment to Nia, but Nia always seems to get the better of Asuka on those occasions. Planting
Looking out of
the
sorts.
champ on the outside
Not
is
right
Nia
on vacation
Jax.
right now.
4 count.
Back
Once
now
again,
inside the
Asuka
ring.
fighting back.
Oh no, this isn't going to end well.
And once again, the surfboard on the legs.
Oh my God, surfboard leg breaker.
Asuka once again going for the arm.
Hammerlock. Uh-oh.
Intriguing here by Asuka. She can't lock on that Asuka lock. Then she might have to go for somewhere different. And of course, we've seen Nia break out the armbar once. Speed of Asuka saving her right now. No chance you can lift Nia on that top rope. Nia Jax, they're going to take advantage. Backbreaker. I thought she was going for a Dragon Sleeper at first, if I'm being honest. What a clothesline from the Irresistible Force. Claw just taking down Asuka. And the Raw Women's Champion is in trouble. Look at the strength of Nia Jax. Just press slamming Asuka down to the canvas. Right hand. Uh-oh. Oh no, not a power bomb. Nia delivers a gruesome power bomb. No, Asuka's just dead weight.
Asuka turns it around.
Asuka trying to do anything right now. Hold on to the title. She's gone for the roll up. Nia still getting the shoulders up. Off the ropes now goes Nia. Asuka dropped down. And an arm drag. Made it look easy. And Asuka feeling herself now.
Asuka's trying to get in her opponent's head. Nice job by Asuka.
Evading possible disaster there.
Oh, West TO by Jax. And that's going to knock the wind out of the champ. Or is it? Asuka counters. And a kick to the side of the head. That might do it. She can get a quick cover on Jax here for the count.
And at some point she's going to start wondering what it's going to take to put her away. Spin kick to the midsection.
Uh-oh. Once again, Asuka on the receiving end of some Nia Jax punishment.
Foot just stomping down.
And what is the Irresistible Force thinking here? What?
For the first time tonight, Nia Jax heads up the turnbuckle. From the top.
Elbow to the back of Asuka. A leg drop now. This is problematic for the champion. Asuka still fights out though.
She's calling for it.
Will Nia finish off Asuka right here? Not if Asuka has anything to do with it. But once again, Asuka being overpowered. She might have escaped the Samoan drop, but she might not have escaped Nia Jax and her chances of winning the Raw Women's Championship. And once again, to the top rope goes Nia. I mean, Asuka's so far across the ring. Nia thinks better of it. Smartly, really. Even the most elite of high flyers can make that distance.
That is just insulting.
Face lock. And on the arm once again. Asuka feeling herself once again here at Backlash.
Now Asuka is showing how they do it back in Japan.
Stomping on Nia. I don't know what Asuka's thinking of doing here. Bear hug now by Nia. And this may be it for the Empress if she can't. Well, she might not be able to break out of it. Elbow.
She escapes. Talk about coming up clutch, guys.
Box in the ears.
Thrust right to the throat.
The right hand by Nia. Jawbreaker by Asuka. Right hand once again by Nia. Just a brawl at this point. DDT. And an arm drag. Nia rushed in. And now Dragon Sleeper, maybe the way to do it.
How in the world can you get Nia in a submission hold?
I didn't think we'd see it, but I think we could see the impossible. Nia could tap out.
Nia with the knees to break out, just ruthless.
Just when it looked like her night was over, too.
Asuka still following up. Hip attack.
What do you say? I mean,
And now it's Asuka going to be able to put Nia away here. She's going to go for it, I think. Oh, she's 100% going for it. The Asuka lock. But Nia just powers out as if it's nothing.
That you can never count her out.
And Asuka in a bit of shock here.
She's dazed in the corner there.
Nia just took the Asuka lock. Didn't even, like... I'm so confused.
And Asuka was able to get out of the
Asuka
way.
doing absolutely everything she can here now. Kick blocked. Right hand.
It looks like they both did their homework.
Hurricane Rana.
What energy in this arena tonight.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Asuka try to get to the top rope.
Top turnbuckle. Perched up top.
Knee drop. And once again, Dragon Sleeper applied.
Dragon Sleeper applied.
How in the world can you
Will
get
Nia
in
be
a
able to
submission
submit,
hold?
or will it withstand it, I should say, or will Asuka make the challenger submit here? Once again, the knees.
She works her way out of that one. She's still got a bit of an uphill climb here, though.
Asuka fights out. And here come the kicks.
Look at Asuka go. My goodness. Endless strikes. Can it
The
be?
strikes
Will
take
Rage
Nia
continue?
down.
Hard not to be impressed by that combination.
And Nia obviously dazed now. But Asuka just making sure she's following up with some more. And that's got to do it, surely.
The title's going
Although
nowhere.
Asuka doesn't want to finish it like that.
Good night.
Oh man, Nia Jackson doesn't even know where she is.
Kick to Jax. And once again, the armbar applied by Asuka.
Oh my goodness, Asuka's got the armbar.
And this time, Nia has no choice but to tap out to the armbar.
Victory. Asuka is still your
Asuka
champion.
tried the armbar earlier on in the match, of course. Nia forced her way out once again with the Asuka lock as well, forcing her way out. The kick combinations, followed by a comeback, a bit more momentum from Asuka, and then another armbar. Forced Nia to tap out. I think that was a hell of a fight from Nia, to be fair. She showed good resilience to kick out of the Asuka locks and armbars, and I mean the kicks didn't even finish her off. Asuka was just trying to wear down every bit of Nia's body, and in the end it was the arms that got the job done. The arm bar by Asuka ensures that she retains her Raw Women's Championship here at Backlash.
Anyone ready for Asuka? No. Byron, you should go in the ring and try a match with her. I'm needed here.
It's successful defenses like this that make the champion such a feared competitor.
What a spectacular championship match it was, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us.
Anyway, up next, it will be the Universal Championship handicap match as Braun Strowman defends his Universal Championship against John Morrison and The Miz. Alright, here we are, the Universal Championship match, and yes, this is actually a match that's happening for the Universal Championship. I don't know why. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing it. Sometimes you have to question the booking, but sometimes you just have to go along with it and smile. Anyway, Braun Strowman will be defending his Universal Championship in a 2-on-1 handicap match against The Miz and John Morrison. For some reason, that's where we're at.
Enter the monster.
Here comes the champ. Of course, technically, it's non-title because I can't put a championship on the line. But just know it's for the title.
Introducing first, weighing in at 385 pounds, one half of the Braun.
Alright, no one man has proven ready to topple the Monster Among Men since his Universal title reign began. But now Braun Strowman will face a test of himself proclaimed the greatest tag team of the 21st century. Strowman successfully defended his title at WWE Money in the Bank after Bray Wyatt came calling for his old friends. Wyatt has yet to re-emerge since the Black Sheep betrayal, but new foes have stepped up to try and remove the gold from the champion's shoulder. The Miz and John Morrison found themselves in the path of the Strowman Express after Otis called on the Universal Champion in a battle against the outspoken tandem. Ever the gracious losers, Miz and Morrison provoked Strowman with a mocking puppet show on the dirt sheet that led to the Monster Among Men crushing the Awesome One in an ensuing match. Unable to turn the page, Miz and Morrison presented the handicap match challenge for WWE Backlash and promised to make the Universal Champion's life a living hell in the lead up to the clash. What devious tricks will the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions have in store to get the upper hand? Also, Strowman lost the Intercontinental Championship in a handicap match, so can he reverse his fortunes this time? We will see.
And their opponent, and residing in Hollywood, California.
But here comes one half of the challenging duo.
221 pounds, The Miz.
Gentlemen, I would absolutely love to read you a list of accomplishments and accolades that The Miz has on the grand stage, but the truth is, there aren't enough hours in the day.
There's no doubt that Miz has really been one of the greats on the grand stage. He beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, there are two of Miz and Morrison and only one of Braun Strowman. But realistically, this could constitute as a mauling.
Indeed, thanks to The Miz, was must-see.
Anyway, here comes the Miz's tag team partner. Get these hands chant ringing out, but here comes John Morrison.
Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 215 pounds, John Morrison.
A tough situation here as we're looking at a 2-on-1 handicap match coming up. I don't think this is what anybody had in mind when they become a WWE superstar, Michael. But hey, life isn't always about rainbows and butterflies.
Morrison and Miz have been pissing off Strowman for the past few weeks. And now it's time for them to face the Monster Among Men with the gold on the line.
Ahead of him here tonight, that's for sure. I'd agree with that, Michael. In fact, I don't remember.
Technically on the game, like I said, it is a non-title match because you can't put the title on the line in handicap matches. Which makes sense, really. I don't know why they keep booking handicap title matches in WWE right now. I will never get that, but it's fine. I get these hands chant. Braun starting against Miz.
Here he goes. We kick things off in this handicap match. Oh, the reversal by The Miz. And another reversal. Seems like
Bro, Miz countered me twice.
Strowman now.
Like I said, this could be a mauling.
You like that?
Yep.
The Miz was able to get out of the way there.
Well, so far, it's been pretty much all Braun, and Miz is making a little escape here quickly.
Back inside the
Why would you go back in, though? Oh, Miz, try to get a jump on Strowman.
Shoulder right to the midsection.
And wasn't the wisest idea to try and get a jump on Strowman.
Big punch finds its mark.
And a Beal by Strowman sending Miz across the ring.
Strowman makes a look easy.
This could be a car crash of a match, let's be real. Suplex again by Strowman. And I think Miz might want to tag in Morrison here sooner rather than later. Miz is trying to fight back, but it's to no avail.
Can't waste any time going on the attack.
Looking to make a much-needed tag here.
And if successful, we may be
Strowman allowing Miz to tag to Morrison if he so chooses.
I could have told you that was going to happen. A handicap match is the type of match where a superstar or superstars square off against respective
Okay,
opponents,
bro.
and one side has a numerical advantage against the other. This could be a singles match or a tag team match, and as we've seen through history, can include any amount of superstars.
Braun Strowman could have a field day now. Just throwing Miz around like a toy. He's going to continue this trend.
Complete deadlift. This is incredible. Looking for a little breather here, maybe.
Slowing things down. I like it. Good game plan.
What are we going to see here?
Miz is getting demolished here by the Monster Among Men. And you got to think John Morrison isn't relishing tagging in at any point.
Man, Braun Strowman, what offense.
Desperately needs to make a tag here.
And in count. Oh, he is, yeah, okay. Oh, well then.
And his partner's just itching to get in the ring right now. And he tags his partner in.
Momentum has certainly shifted here.
Well then. Morrison's in now. And he may just be subject to the same abuse that Miz was.
The thousands and thousands of WWE fans in attendance. Each and every one of them are being entertained tonight.
Right hand.
To the side of the face.
He's done.
And Braun isn't finished with Miz either.
Brought in the hard way.
He's getting these hands.
He's taking charge here.
Oh, but Miz turning it around on Braun.
Perched on the middle rope.
Bulldog.
And Morrison may be able to take advantage of this.
Knee drop.
And Braun could be in trouble. Why would you pick him up, though? That's what I don't get there. I don't know what the plan was there.
Great job of turning that around.
Because once you pick Braun up, he's got the power advantage over you. Exhibit A.
And down. Hoping to make a tag here.
Morrison wants to get Miz back in, but Strowman refusing to allow it to happen.
Oh, the dreaded claw to the shoulder. Man.
Now just deadlifting
Whoa,
Morrison.
Whoa, whoa. Look at this raw power.
Another right hand.
To the side of the face.
He's done. And Braun Strowman's
Braun knows he's got it in control here.
Psychological edge.
I don't think he's worrying too much.
He's in control.
Could be wrong though. Braun might actually be very worried.
The numerical edge is definitely leaning one way, but time will tell if it makes a difference.
I wouldn't say numerical edge is leaning anyway, to be honest.
Evading possible disaster there.
Breaker after the float over.
That was pretty.
Neck breaker by Morrison, and now in comes Miz. And what's Miz thinking here? Not thinking anything because Strowman has just reversed it.
Earth-shattering spine buster.
First Strowman lifts you up.
And slams down Miz. And that honestly might be it for the Universal title. Braun Strowman going for a cover.
And he's heading back in. And he got a near fall out of it.
Miz kicking out. I don't know if that's the wisest idea he's ever done, or ever had. I don't know why he would want to kick out. How are you? Just stay down. Off the ropes comes Strowman, who just absolutely leathers Miz.
The Miz was able to get out of the way there.
Miz tried to work with his quickness here, which is interesting.
Trampling the opposition.
Stomping Braun while he's on the mat. And now he's going to make a quick tag to Morrison. who is going to get outpowered here.
Strowman doing a great job of turning that around.
Clothesline avoided though. Quickness may come into it. I mean, Braun isn't really the slowest player in the game. Miz escape him while he can. Morrison doesn't have that luxury as he is the legal man in this match.
And it's reversed. Paying for that mistake. Big knee.
Braun, fully aware of what he's doing, and he's enjoying every moment of it. I think Strowman was daring Morrison to come out there, and now here we are. Problems now continue for John Morrison on the outside.
Braun Strowman is a force within the ring.
Oh, the dreaded claw to the shoulder. Man.
This is just a longer squash match at the end of the day, I think.
Braun Strowman is going up for
Braun going up top.
Needs to make it to the corner here, Corey. Oh, you're at incoming. He misses the mark.
Avoids or goes over the Miz, but it doesn't matter because he's going to catch the Miz anyway with a backbreaker.
Backbreaker. The monster among men bringing it now.
Strowman is taking
Strowman
right here.
countered by a jawbreaker, knee block.
Oh, it's another reversal.
Miz.
Wow, what a sequence.
Right hand by Strowman and a clothesline, cleaning Miz's clock.
Here goes Braun Strowman.
Knee to Miz's head. A right hand to Morrison. Strowman just enjoying himself here now.
What's coming next? Taking their time.
Braun Strowman is a
I think
force
Strowman
within
knows he
the
has
ring.
this well in hand.
Oh, the dreaded claw to the shoulder. Man.
You have to remember though, Braun, last time he was in a handicap match, he did lose his belt.
Gets the tag.
Will it be a repeat here at Backlash? Or Braun can help it. Oh God, here we go. Double splash. Sends down both Miz and Morrison.
Strowman is feeling it right here.
But Morrison is a legal man. Planting Morrison face first. Morrison trying to use his quickness to get out of this. Headbutt by Braun. Chopping Morrison into the corner. Now a snake eyes off the ropes. And a clothesline out of the ring. And Braun enjoying himself here now. And I'll bring him back in the Miz.
After the torso again.
Well, it doesn't take a genius to realize you should attack the injured area, which is
Miz trying to just get Strowman away from him, and it's a smart maneuver.
Back in the ring again.
Strowman might be getting too cocky. Miz with a cheap shot. And a right hand by Jomo. Now military press into a slam.
This is gonna be it. Powerbomb connects.
Miz once again brought in.
Braun Strowman with a symphony of destruction.
Training, strategy.
And now Braun.
Smell victory.
Power slam to Miz.
No man does that better.
The Miz's chances just went from bad to worse.
And now Braun following it up. Oh, Morrison able to fight back.
among men. Look
Morrison
at the
quick
power.
enough to fight out the power slam. Miz didn't have that luxury. Braun fully in control.
Strowman's definitely doing what he can to get the psychological edge.
And once again, Miz being brought back in. He can't escape.
Oh, the reversal by the Miz.
Miz just trying to do whatever he can to leave, but Braun not allowing it.
Tossed around like a rag
Every
doll.
time Miz tries to get out, Braun brings him back in. Like a game. Backbreaker.
Whoa, Strowman dodged.
Morrison blocked by Strowman again.
Boom, right in the button.
Check out Braun Strowman's offense.
And Braun just having his way now, having fun.
Saw that one coming. Would you look at this?
It looks like they both did their homework heading into this one.
He just cannot be caught.
Fine Buster. Braun is exhausted.
Braun Strowman is going up yet again.
This isn't what yet. Miz. I don't know what Braun was thinking when Miz is taking advantage of the situation.
Somehow has to find a way to make a tag here.
Completely agree. Getting the partner in here is absolutely vital.
Out of it in the corner.
Braun could be on the receiving end of Star-shaped pain.
Victorious.
And Braun Strowman escapes.
Kicks out.
Man, that was close.
That could have been it for the Universal Championship, to be honest.
In comes the Miz.
And now Braun is in deep, deep trouble at the hands of Miz and Morrison here. What are they going for? The old Doomsday device.
And a pin attempt.
And a cover.
Braun Strowman
And
with
Braun
an
kicks
easy
out
kick
one.
there.
Powering out.
Right in him, guys.
Time Buster. In comes Morrison. Out goes Strowman. Can't seem to catch a break right now. He's maybe trying too much here.
Straight punch.
And now to the outside once again.
Yeah, that's it. Miz, you got this. Oh, and a terrific reversal by Braun Strowman.
Not on the outside. Not on the outside. Spine Buster.
What's coming next? Taking their time.
He's really gasping for air now. Yeah, he's taking
No,
a
Braun.
lot
Oh,
of damage to
no.
that torso region, and I think it's starting
Got
to
Morrison
happen.
as well.
The Miz
Shoulder
with a
tackle
nice
missed.
reversal. Back now inside the ring.
Braun taking Miz back inside. Miz blocks. There's a figure four leg lock that Miz is applying to Strowman here. It is.
No choice but to
Will Strowman tap out to the Miz here?
Can Strowman make it out of this?
Will the Universal Champion hold on?
Wow, he escapes it.
He reverses the pressure.
In him here tonight, Cole.
Miz releases the hold.
In this capacity, crowd is on their feet.
And with good reason. These superstars are earning all of their respect.
Miz try to lift Strowman. I'll tell you that's not going to work, but the knee might. And the Miz and Morrison could be on the verge of becoming Universal Champions. Morrison feeling it here. Are you kidding me? I didn't think it'd be this close. Drop kick. No, what's Morrison thinking? No way is he going to do this to a big man like Strowman. Strowman sent across the ring. And what is going on here? The Universal Champion may be struggling.
And finds a counter.
I lied.
Clothesline.
What impact.
Now Morrison
First Strowman lifts you up.
going to be sent down.
Face plant.
And once again bringing in the Miz.
In the hard way.
And you wonder what he's going to do. Strowman.
Put this thing away.
Power slam to Miz.
Takes him down.
But can Strowman follow up here? Will the second time procure results?
And Strowman. Power slam blocked by Morrison again.
And again, yet
He
another
didn't go for it because he didn't have enough stamina.
face first.
Miz is out cold from the power slam. He's slowly coming around. Miz is sent to the outside.
Gut kick. Nothing fancy.
Gut
there.
kick by Strowman into a military press slam. And now Morrison
Has him up.
into a running power slam.
He's already spending that winner's purse.
That is exactly.
And Braun Strowman, after a bit of a detour, we'll say, he retains the Universal Championship. Obviously, you can see what I was trying to do in that match. I was trying to power slam Miz and then immediately power slam Morrison after and get the pin. But Morrison was like, nah, I ain't taking that. Anyway, the monster among men, after maybe a bit more fight than he expected. Kicking out of a starship pain, breaking out of a figure four leg lock, but still the Universal Champion.
I'm not so sure that's what we expected from this handicap match.
I don't know where I'm going to put this match yet, so I don't know what's going to be up next. But I can guarantee you there will be a match up next. I'm not putting this as the main event.
I am sure glad this match is.
Alright, here we are with the WWE Championship match on tap. We've got Drew McIntyre defending his WWE Championship against Bobby Lashley, but Bobby Lashley's got a little bit of help in his corner. Under the name of MVP, of course. I just want to make it clear now that if there's any more matches that do get added at this point, I'm one match off finishing this. There's only the main event left to do. I will not be doing them on stream. I'll just put my predictions in the description, because if I'm so close to the end and a couple of matches get added, I'm just not going to just slot them in anywhere, because it messed up last time I did that.
The contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Championship.
And here comes the Almighty.
When you talk about power, you talk about this man.
Bobby Lashley, but he didn't come alone. He's got Montel Vontavious Porter, better known as MVP, in his corner. And let's get the build for this one. Why is it in Spanish? I've clicked the wrong one, that's why. Drew McIntyre has defeated kings, messiahs and title holders as the new WWE champion, but now he must take down the Almighty. Prior to McIntyre's brand-to-brand invitational showdown with King Corbin on Raw, Bobby Lashley emerged to let Scottish superstars know that he was coming for the title by any means necessary. The imposing strongman has brutally dispatched of R-Truth in his most recent bouts, but clears a better tester of his jaw-dropping strength. It's been 13 long years since Lashley challenged for the WWE title, and the consummate fighting champion now stands in his path. Since slaying Brock Lesnar for the title, McIntyre has fought off challenger after challenger as the Big Show, Andrade, Angel Garza, Murphy, Seth Rollins and King Corbin were all left stranded in Claymore country. The game plan has changed for the Almighty, who has replaced Lana with MVP in his corner. The ravishing Russian has been livid with the recent developments, and she presents an unpredictable wild card for Lashley's championship training. After Lashley came calling for McIntyre on Raw, the two traded jabs on social media made the showdown official. Can Lashley reach a level that he's been chasing for a long time, or will McIntyre continue his destructive title campaign for the WWE landscape? Honestly, this is one of them. At first, I was dead sure that Drew McIntyre was retaining, but now it's one of the ones where I'm more 50-50 on. I'm still thinking McIntyre will take it, hence why I will be playing as him in this match. But it's a lot closer in my mind than I initially thought it was.
Of course, the title is on the
Scottish
line,
psychopath.
Good
as you heard, defeated Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He's had challenges from Big Show and Seth Rollins for the title. There's been a lot of times as well where he's had fights with some of the best on Raw. Obviously non-title matches, and he's overcome all of them as well. And they've been left in Claymore country. Will we see a victory for Drew McIntyre, or will we crown a new WWE champion?
The challenger's favored in this one. Wow. I'll tell you what, the champ's going to make you eat your words after this one.
Final title match of the night.
Introducing the challenger from Colorado Springs, Colorado, weighing in at 273 pounds, the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Whoa there. Hey MVP. Up by MVP.
And introducing the champion from Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds. He is the WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre.
One of these men will be walking away with the immortal World Heavyweight Championship.
That's a WWE Championship, Michael, not the World Heavyweight Championship. I'd like you to correct yourself. Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, they've had battles outside of WWE, but this is their first WWE title match inside of the company. McIntyre and Lashley probably similar on power, I would say. McIntyre getting the early advantage here. Lashley with a counter. Go behind, now headlock on McIntyre. Maybe, I don't know if you expected a technical start there, but that's what we're getting. Drop down, leapfrog, and a back elbow. Lashley knows McIntyre, he knows what to expect out of this one, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to walk out here with the title. McIntyre go behind on Lashley, and a takedown. Sitting out here and just throwing Lashley, and McIntyre is on top form. Lashley's going to have to be on a different level to dethrone the Scottish psychopath. A bit more technical than you expect maybe out of these two at the beginning, but it's just to show who's the most powerful, really. McIntyre will go behind, and once again clothesline avoided by Lashley. Got to belly, blocked by McIntyre, and a big boot sends the Almighty down. And what a weird way to open this kind of match. I'd say it was more of a power struggle rather than a chain grapple, but I mean, it could be either. Face first goes Lashley though.
Challenger's a little worse for wear now. No need to panic, he's still swinging.
Right hand blocked by the Almighty, and a forearm of his own. Kick avoided by McIntyre. Plants Lashley down on the knee. And Lashley may have to regroup here. Gets McIntyre. Clothesline outside the ring to Lashley. Maybe MVP and Lashley need to regroup here, Because the Scottish psychopath has started off strong here in this title match. Lashley just thinking of a game plan maybe to go in with here. I mean, wrapping both the arms and going for a suplex means that McIntyre can't fight back because he's wrapped both the arms. And that might be a smart move. Lashley might just need to go for big blockbuster impact moves. Both these guys will do that. But if Lashley wants to get back in this one, he'll have to do it now. Planting McIntyre. Oh, Lashley. Military press. And down on the knee. And it just shows the strength.
Guys, if there was one word to describe Bobby
And McIntyre taking down MVP.
over the last 2 decades, it's all he's done. That'll turn your lights out.
Right hand by McIntyre, but Lashley counters and a belly to belly. And Drew needs to make sure he doesn't get distracted by the man at ringside that is MVP. Otherwise he will not walk out of here with the WWE Championship over his shoulder. Bobby Lashley, too slow. Or maybe not. Double arm lock and the suplex again. McIntyre on the receiving end of quite a bit of punishment. Maybe not how the WWE Champion wanted this to go. Gut wrench into a power bomb. I'd say the quickness edge is probably just in favor of McIntyre if there is a quickness edge in this one. I don't know how much of an edge he does have, but Lashley just seems to be scouting everything that the champion is trying to do here. The MVP has taught him well.
Michael mentioned how Lashley has a history of winning, and there's a lot of truth to that. Before joining WWE, he
oh,
had an
deadlift.
career, which led, of course, to his quick ascent in WWE.
Well, during his break from WWE, he managed to balance winning MMA championships while also earning titles from top independent promotions. In my opinion,
Obviously, they can't mention the independent promotions. Obviously, TNA won every title in TNA at one point, I think, at the same time. TNA had a lot of faith in Lashley. Needs the gut, though, again by Drew. And it is just going to be a big battle of power here. McIntyre with her elbow. Now second rope. The Scottish psychopath with another elbow drop, but Lashley avoids, and this could be another way for Lashley to get back in this one. What a right by the Almighty.
yeah, he needs to make an adjustment here.
Once again, just a pure power into a gut wrench power bomb. It's crazy Lashley's strength. He's going to lift McIntyre again, but McIntyre gets out on a DDT counter this time. And maybe that's not what Lashley was expecting, but it's what McIntyre delivered.
With the championship at stake, you know
After
these
incredible
superstars are gonna give
defense
everything
back
they
at Money in
can
the
to
Bank
win
against Seth Rollins.
Man,
Will
this
be
place is
equally
jumping.
impressive defense here from McIntyre against Lashley.
Stomping down.
Drew
McIntyre with a block and a big boot, just try to keep Lashley grounded, and I mean at the moment might be for the best. Once again, McIntyre showing off his athleticism with a drop down and leapfrog, and then the spine buster, spine on the pine. And he might go for a surfboard here. If you take out the legs of Lashley, he takes out pretty much all of his moves, but he's gone for the back instead. And now McIntyre could have Lashley in a problem situation here. But Lashley powers out. Back elbow avoided. Off the ropes because McIntyre. Belly to belly of his own. Lashley's been delivering enough of those. McIntyre fighting back with one of his own.
It's Drew McIntyre with the
German suplex as well to Lashley. You can't be enjoying this. Double axe handle. And now McIntyre showing off his power with a gut-wrench powerbomb of his own. It is insane how much strength both of these guys possess. It's off the charts. McIntyre getting shoulder blocked by Lashley in the corner, and a shot to the back. McIntyre with the power and an uppercut. Uh-oh. Oh, you'd hate to be on the receiving end of this. Inverted Alabama slam.
The inverted Alabama slam.
And now McIntyre picking up Lashley for the air raid crash.
I don't know how you survive. Here's the pin, tumble on the line. Gets the shoulder. Wow. What's he
Lashley
going to
fights
take?
out.
Not quite.
Now McIntyre looking to end this match. He kicked out the air raid siren. Future shock reversed by Lashley.
Here it comes. He's got him. What does Lashley have in store?
Elevated flatliner.
Elevated. We could have a new champion. Drew McIntyre really needs
McIntyre
to
fights
down
out.
deep and fast.
I did ask that I had the reversal on that, but obviously I didn't. But McIntyre still good enough to keep in this match.
Piercing. We're at a vital stage in this matchup, and this audience is fully aware of it.
Yeah, they know another turning point can come at any second, and that can be
Lashley
the
going for the
instant
claw.
that ends
McIntyre powering up.
And there's
Shots to the
reversal from
abdomen.
Drew McIntyre.
And this is literally just a match of two big bulls throwing the best shots at each other
Hold on,
and
guys.
seeing
This
who
isn't good.
can
The
resist.
WWE Universe is
Belly
on
to
its
belly
feet.
once again by Lashley. It seems to be his bread and butter.
Holding
The move
nothing
always
back.
seems to get him back in control. Try to lift McIntyre, but this match has been taxing for both men. McIntyre just doing this for a bit of extra leverage for a suplex, crashing down on the canvas to Bobby Lashley. Shoulder tackle. And Lashley sent to the corner by Drew McIntyre. Reversal by Bobby Lashley. And just charging Drew down the corner again. Keep going to work on that body, setting him up for the spear perhaps later on. Maybe, I don't know how soon. Lashley will opt to go for a spear. What a belly to belly, sending Lashley flying.
Hooked up. Great power.
Inverted DDT, or inverted suplex I should say, because they did go into a suplex motion. And now the abdominal stretch, got to work on the body here of Lashley, but Lashley able to power out faster than you probably expect. Especially with the length of this match, how long it's been going on so far and how much punishment has been given by both men. These guys have held absolutely nothing back, and in Lashley's case I would expect it. He hasn't had a title shot in 13 years. I should say a WWE title shot in 13 years. McIntyre desperate not to lose here at Backlash. Will do anything to win.
Oh, what a crash.
McIntyre sends Lashley to the outside, obviously. McIntyre, the fighting champion is, won't take a victory by count out. Into the barrier. Now just throwing him about. And off the post. Into the announce table. Just trying to do anything he can to weaken the Almighty here, of course. 6 count now. McIntyre returning the action to the ring. And now McIntyre calling Lashley up. I believe it's time for a Glasgow case. And now he's calling him up again.
Drew McIntyre spots the opening.
Face first goes Lashley, and now McIntyre. I don't know what he's looking for here. Possibly some kind of, I don't know, elbow drop perhaps? Indeed it is, elbow to the back. Will that finish off the Almighty?
And he got a near fall out of it.
No.
It's hard to believe
Bobby Lashley with enough power to get out still.
Lashley just barely got out of the way.
Belly to belly this time. McIntyre has it scouted. He's done it so many times. It's easy to scout it at this point. Once again off the ropes comes Lashley. McIntyre drops down. Leapfrog. Spinebuster once again. And McIntyre now looking for a Boston Crab. Will Lashley tap out to the Boston Crab here at Backlash? Lashley able to power out still. And you've got to give credit to Lashley there. I thought that was it. Lashley now has McIntyre exactly where he was and just wearing him down with claw holds. I mean, elbow to the face as well will not help proceedings. Military press slam attempted, but McIntyre shoves it off. Although Lashley gets his knee up into McIntyre's abdomen. McIntyre will not stay down. He's defiant champion. Lashley though finds carry takeover.
Impressive in-ring IQ on display.
Elbow.
Smash, nothing fancy.
And a kick to the abdomen. That's going to hurt. Just with all the punishment that has been given and received by both men here. Lashley planting him again. Cutter by Lashley. Will he go for cover off of it? Opting not to. McIntyre with a reversal. Sends Lashley into the corner. And the Scottish psychopath may have some ideas here.
Oh no.
Oh no. Look at the strength of McIntyre. What a superplex. And McIntyre now has Lashley in position. Future shock DDT to Lashley.
That is exactly what Drew McIntyre needed.
And Lashley still kicking out.
Keeps this match going.
You can just see how much this title means, how much one is willing to go to.
Headbutt, Glasgow kiss once again. Will this do the trick? Lashley still fighting out. I think you know what's coming now if you're a fan of McIntyre. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Claymore kick.
I think the champ's got it. Will Bobby Lashley be able to continue?
And Drew McIntyre retains his WWE Championship. What a battle between two big men. And Lashley gave it his all and more. But in the end, we already said Drew McIntyre was on top form and he proved it 9 million times over in that match. The Future Shock was kicked out of, the Glasgow Kiss was kicked out of, but of course, you don't kick out of the Claymore. And Drew McIntyre retains here against Bobby Lashley. MVP complaining to the crowd. Couldn't tell you what about, but Drew McIntyre retains the WWE Championship here tonight at Backlash. And up next is the main event, the greatest wrestling match ever, as Edge takes on Randy Orton. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the main event of Backlash 2020, the greatest wrestling match ever. Randy Orton versus Edge. And honestly, this has potential to be the greatest wrestling match ever. Here comes the Viper, Randy Orton.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from St. Louis, Missouri. Weighing in at 200. The Viper, Randy Orton.
Few WWE
At
superstars
WrestleMania 36, Edge and Randy Orton viciously brawled through the Performance Center, pushing past the limits of most mortal competitors until the Rated R Superstar delivered the decisive blow. Even the Viper admitted that the better man won that night, but with one major caveat, that the best wrestler didn't. Orton laid down a chance for a true test of grappling skills in what he coined the greatest wrestling match ever, but Raw went off the air before Edge could respond. The following week, the Rated R Superstar emphatically accepted the proposal and was ready to make history with a win. Will the pair author the greatest wrestling match ever, and can either put a definitive end to this personal and heated rivalry?
The mood changes.
But the real question, not who will win, but will this really be the greatest wrestling match ever?
In an instant with an RKO out of nowhere.
A man with absolutely no absence of malice.
Will the Viper come out on top, or will it be the Rated R Superstars night once again? Here he comes.
The ultimate opportunist.
And his opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 249 pounds, the Rated R Superstar,
Edge was the first Money in the Bank ladder match winner. Grand Slam champion.
Of course, we all know the story. Edge, 9 years after he had to retire, came back in the 2020 Royal Rumble, and he hasn't looked back. Of course, he's only had one match in between the Royal Rumble and tonight, and that was at WrestleMania in a last man standing match against Randy Orton, where he was the victor. Will we see a similar scene tonight? Will Edge come out on top, or will the Viper be the better wrestler? Most importantly, will this be the greatest wrestling match ever? Collar and elbow tie up, and Edge backs Randy Orton up into the corner. Edge with the early edge in this one. Clean break, surprisingly. Edge immediately plants Orton.
Randy is not in there with an opponent. He's in there with prey.
Orton looking on his
Elbow,
game right now.
and once again, collar and elbow tap. This time, Edge backed up into the ropes. An Edge with a cheap shot.
Into the collar and elbow tie up. Only one competitor comes
Edge
out ahead here.
with the edge here, grabbing the arm. Randy Orton twisting it around. Arm behind the head of Edge.
Here we go with Edge.
Working for
Edge with a go behind into a headlock.
We've seen some great
Now a
comebacks here in
takedown, grounded
WWE,
headlock by
but one
Edge.
of the most unexpected
Randy
happened
Orton
to Edge
reverses
returning
it.
from injury.
Gets back up with a
Time
headlock
won
of
the
his own.
2010 Royal Rumble by surprise.
Randy Orton, a hip toss on Edge.
Here we go with Randy
And Orton wants to back up the claim this will be the greatest wrestling match ever by putting the greatest wrestling performance ever.
It's not looking good for him here.
Edge sends
He's
Orton into the
gotta get out of
corner.
that corner.
Orton, the wicked right hand to the Rated R Superstar. Already with a chin lock on Edge. Edge was prepared for it, and he's broken out.
Let's return to Edge's Royal Rumble return. He had a torn Achilles tendon and was expected to have a year of
Which Royal Rumble return? 2010 or 2020? He's going to do it every 10 years.
to win the Royal Rumble and stamp his ticket to
Big
WrestleMania.
boot by Edge.
Plenty of fight left.
Quick kick out by the Viper though. Doesn't let Edge have any momentum.
Randy Orton's a third-generation superstar.
And a
maybe
slam
the most naturally
by
talented
Orton.
wrestler we've ever seen. How do you counter that kind of prowess? Orton walks into every match assuming he'll win.
Olympic slam by the Viper.
That single-mindedness
this, however, can be a disadvantage. We've
Once
seen
again,
opponents turn
Orton
the tide by
might have been
stoking
going
Orton's
for the reverse
determination
chin lock, but
into
Edge
blind rage.
sensed it coming.
Most dangerous opponent
DDT
can
though
be
blocked
himself. You have to trick the
by the
into
Viper.
biting his own tail.
Randy Orton lining up Edge with a suplex.
Down with authority.
And now the reverse chin lock once again, but Edge
Great way to wear down your
getting
opponent.
out straight away. Orton may be going too predictable with his strategy
Randy Orton
here.
might be the most successful third-generation wrestler in WWE history. The Orton family has
Round
been
by
a
Edge.
fixture in wrestling
Fireman's
for
carry
over
takeover by the
50
Viper,
years,
Randy
competing
Orton.
in main events from the 1960s all the way to
Once
today.
again, a slam.
Great as his father and grandfather were, Randy brought the Orton name to even greater heights with multiple WrestleMania main events and over
Randy
a
Orton.
dozen WWE Championship reigns.
Now is Edge in trouble against the ropes. Just dropping him on the top rope.
Jeez. Oh, an overhand punch.
Edge is starting
Randy
to
Orton
move
mounting
slow.
Edge in the corner. 1,
He's lost much of his
2,
confidence.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Orton showing why he's the apex predator. And here comes Orton.
Randy Orton going for the head, but Edge able to reverse it with a clothesline.
Now watch this.
Northern Lights suplex by Edge.
Suplex.
Orton feeling the brunt of it on his back.
Randy
Orton and Edge blocking each other.
Getting out of that one.
Randy Orton was the radar superstar.
Ah, the chin lock applied.
This
Chin lock once
superstar
again. I
taking
apologize for
their
the lag.
time.
This time Orton getting the better of the chin lock, at least for now. But Edge able to counter it still. Obviously,
Incredible range
the
of
Viper hasn't
emotions
worn
here.
down the radar
No
superstar
one
enough
knows
yet.
What's gonna happen next? Ooh, that kick. Edge looking on.
Edge
his
with the right hand and a
now.
clothesline.
He can't prepare tonight.
And Edge looking to get the momentum here of the crowd here at Backlash.
The rated R superstar. And with that, the chance.
Randy Orton countering. What a counter.
I think, yeah, oh man.
I don't think
Edge
anyone
is
else knows
busted up,
Edge as
guys.
well as Orton knows Edge. Elbow by Orton. Tip of the elbow into the forehead of Edge.
Oh my God.
And a backbreaker.
Breaker.
Right to the spine.
And this is some pure wrestling skill here by Orton. Neck crank attempted. Edge, I think, has reversed the neck crank.
He's one step ahead there.
Great technical know-how on display.
Reversal by Orton. Reversal by Edge. Back elbow.
When you look at this,
Execution block by Orton. Into a front face lock. And a swinging neck breaker.
swinging neck breaker.
Edge to the outside. And this was meant to be the greatest wrestling match ever, but it's now spilled to the outside. And Orton is brutal in this kind of area.
This is not where you want to be.
Once again, a slam on the outside.
And no luck against Edge there. Got him caught. Into a
Orton
drag.
dragging through leg whip, sending Edge into the table there. You heard Edge collide with the announce table. 5 count.
Perseverance from these competitors.
Orton sending Edge back into the ring.
With no superstar willing to give an inch.
Double axe handle avoided by the Radar Superstar. Randy Orton still follows up though. Edge just a step off at the moment. And Orton giving Edge enough room to come back in.
He caught him slipping.
The Canadian neck breaker by Orton to Edge.
And here we go.
Randy Orton with an armbar. You don't see this often.
Agility, the armbar is locked in. Edge, the
It is pure wrestling, remember, so we've got to have some submissions in here. Edge able to fight out though.
Nice, but he clearly has next to nothing left to give here. Oh, what a
Right hand by Edge.
Attitude behind it.
Edge gonna drag Orton now to the ropes. Orton blocks. And a roll-up attempt now by Orton. Will this be it? Edge being out wrestled at the moment. Never mind, backbreaker by Edge to counter the wrestling that Orton is doing. And now Orton the one to the outside.
Calculating mind at work. You can almost see the gears turning.
Suplex by Edge.
Bam! Suplex.
Picking up the Viper. And now
Up and
Edge with a flat jack, and this could be Edge's turnaround back into this match.
And Randy Orton just slips out of harm's way.
Orton once again going for submission, an inverted Boston Crab on Edge. Try to punish the body of the Radar Superstar.
I don't think close is any question about it. Edge is about to tap out.
But Edge able to pick the leg and get out of it. You never, ever see Orton do submissions.
Myself included.
Collision. And Orton looking for a neckbreaker again, I think. A Canadian neckbreaker. Connects to Edge. And Edge escaping again.
Look at Orton here.
Fall away slam on the outside. There's times where this has been a wrestling match, and there's times where this has just been an all-out war. Randy.
Orton measuring him.
Measuring Edge with a knee. And he's got Edge measured again. For another knee. And now the old Garvin stomp. Stomping and stepping on each part of the body. And Edge is feeling it now, the pain going through his body at the hands of the Viper.
basic but effective.
Edge still there with it though. Still got the wherewithal to break out the chin lock.
The quick reversal there by
Once again, execution reversed.
Elbow to the knee. That'll hyperextend your leg.
And Orton with a clothesline.
All the way to the floor.
I don't know what he is playing out here, but he must be mindful of the referee's count.
Orton needs to think about this. Think about what he's doing to Edge here. Edge had to retire for 9 years due to injury. You can't just put him through an announce table. Edge turning it around though. And sends Orton back into the ring, saving himself in the process. A big boot to the back of Orton, sending him to the canvas.
Orton looking on his game right
And Orton can just reverse it just like that in the blink of an eye. And the inverted, or sorry, the rope hung DDT delivered to Edge, and Orton taking extra time to look at his handiwork.
Look at this, Randy Orton going to the outside.
Orton doesn't go up top often, but the knee drop may end Edge here. Cover. Edge with a fight out.
Edge is showing the heart that's made him who he is. Incredible.
Into the corner of Viper.
Oh man, big time.
Ferocious right hands by Edge. Now maybe this is the fight back. Edge catching Orton. What a suplex from the Radar Superstar. He's going to follow it up with another one. Just try to work on the body of Orton, softening him up perhaps with a spear potentially later on down the line.
He can't allow himself to let up now.
Another backbreaker. And a cover now by Edge. Orton's long legs save him as it was underneath the rope. Orton taking a second to think now. Think about what he has to do. Or is he might be baiting Edge here. He is baiting Edge here into the table, into the side of the table, on the corner. Three count now by the referee. Oh no, he's not actually doing this, is he? Randy Orton, this is meant to be a wrestling match. RKO announce table. You've got to be kidding me. And Orton getting straight back in, telling the referee to count. And gloating about the fact that he may have just won the greatest wrestling match ever. Will Edge be able to recover? He's getting up. Tried to kick him, but Edge avoided it, and now Edge cannot wrestle Orton here. Grabbing him by the neck again, sending him into the corner. More right hand piston-like by Edge. How has Edge even recovered from the RKO through the table? I think Orton was looking for a roll-up there. Referee down initially, but getting back up. Front face lock and a roll-up.
Must have something different in mind here.
Edge still getting out. Randy Orton. Swinging neck breaker. And especially to Edge's neck, that's going to be a lot of pain coursing through the body of the Rated R superstar.
Great way to wear down your opponent.
Orton once again wearing down Edge the best way he knows how, with a reverse chin lock. Edge once again breaking out of it the best way he knows how, with elbows. And Edge may get back into this one here. Edge-matic. Orton gets a shoulder up. That could have easily been it. Edge trying to get the pain from his body gone. And the spear. I didn't think that was going to be what was coming next. And Orton fights out the spear as well. And Edge arguing the ref saying surely that's a 3, but Orton refusing to stay down here at this current moment in time. And Orton RKO from out of nowhere. It only takes one. Not on this occasion though, Edge. This is possibly going to be the greatest match ever. Orton can't put down Edge with an RKO. After everything, after the RKO for a table as well. Orton still can't put down Edge. Then again, Orton wouldn't stay down from the spear. Clothesline reverses whatever Edge's plan was there. Randy now with a neck crank. It's reversed by Edge. I think it was a neck crank that he had in mind. Now Edge sending Orton into the corner. Oh, this could be problematic now for the Viper.
Hold on, guys. This isn't good.
Uh-oh, Edge. If you can hear lawnmowers, my parents outside. I apologise. Anyway, superplex by Edge. Orton couldn't quite get it done on Edge, but Edge managed to hit it on Orton, and now some stomps. That's just pure rage from the Rated R superstar. Spinning kick. And it looks as if Edge might try and get it off the spin kick. Orton fights out.
Now in full control.
Once again, Olympic slam, this time with a cover on it.
Referee in position. 2 count. And he got a near fall.
Ainge kicking out again of the Olympic slam. Orton following straight up with some kind of crossface.
Edge, the Rated R superstar, close to losing this match.
Will Randy Orton be able to tap out Edge here in the greatest wrestling match ever? Not just yet.
Somehow he breaks it. He may have broken free code,
Cheap
but
shot
I'm
by
sure
Randy.
the damage has already been done.
Showing no signs of defense here, guys.
And once again, I think he's just going to drop Edge on the rope.
Attention on his torso here, Corey.
Oh man, this attack has simply
Suplex
been
blocked.
relentless.
Randy Orton blocks Edge's running move with elbows.
Randy Orton.
Edge blocks Orton's right hand and a swinging clothesline there. What a clothesline as well, and it could do the trick.
A kick out, and you can
Orton
see the frustration
kicking out fast,
starting to
doesn't want to
build.
show any weakness
What's it going to
here in the
take?
greatest wrestling match ever. Snapmare takedown. Now Edge. He's going for a rest hold of his own. No, just raking the face like of Orton.
Somebody do something.
Any means necessary for the Rated R superstar, I think. I don't think you can blame him after what Orton has put Edge through.
Boom, what a forearm.
Edge reverses Orton in the corner.
To capitalize. Headlock.
And a right hand.
And a nice short jab to the bridge of the nose.
Lightning
Orton
fast
fights out.
reflexes.
Sends Edge into the corner.
And it's Edge getting
Edge fights out again. And a big boot.
And this is
These guys know each other so well.
This guy just
Orton still
refuses
fights
to quit.
out.
The Viper just will not die here tonight.
And Randy Orton won't stay down.
Straight punch.
Unless I don't know actually what will keep him down. I don't know what will keep either of these men down. Neither will want to be on the losing end of the greatest wrestling match ever.
And face first flapjack. Wait a minute.
Edge try to go for a superplex again. Really likes that superplex.
Shoulder right to the midsection.
Shoulder to the midsection. And Edge
Striking blow.
just striking at Orton now. Orton, we saw earlier, had the advantage. He did RKO through the table and an RKO just in general. But now Edge is taking full control of this match.
Moves from the ultimate opportunist.
And the fans are way behind Edge. Edge fighting Orton once again. The second time on the knee. And a cover once again.
I don't know how
And
he
Orton's
keeps
still
kicking
in it.
He needs to change something fast, guys.
Edge needs to hit something big, and I think he has Orton, but with these moves currently, Orton will not stay down.
Straight punch.
Punch by Edge, and it looks like he's going for a suplex.
That brings a
He is
rushing blow to
indeed.
the head.
And Orton rolling out to the outside, maybe the smartest maneuver to the Viper right now. Edge is on a roll,
By Edge.
but Edge not letting Orton wait for a second, bring him straight back in. And this is what we were looking for, I think, from Edge. This is what the fans want from Edge.
The quick reversal
Big boot avoided though, and suddenly it's back in the Viper's control. And it's crazy how quick he can switch. He's gone back to the Garvin Stomp.
How many times have we seen Orton punish his
Absolutely
opponent?
insane how quickly
Taking his time.
Randy Orton can switch the momentum in his favor. Beyond words sometimes, how he takes control so easily. Right hand blocked by Edge.
to capitalize.
He fights his way back into the ring.
Look at Edge.
Another right hand.
Oh, Corey,
Another right hand.
there. He has something big planned.
Northern Lights suplex. These men know each other so well, it's going to be hard for one to put down the other for a count of three.
Spot now.
But one of them has to do it at some point. Well, it could always be a submission instead. But one of them has to beat the other at some point, surely.
Come on, guys. This isn't good.
Incoming.
Crossbody on the mark by Edge. Spin kick once again by Edge. Orton trying absolutely everything to stay in this one, but Edge, relentless. Orton though, not going to keep his shoulders down for longer than he needs to. He needs to straight kick out. He wants to show Edge that he's not going to be kept down easily. Sleeper hold though by the Radar Superstar. Will it be it for Orton here? Will Orton be passing out or tapping out? Probably one of them very, very soon. And Edge just getting out of the way to stop. I'm sorry for some of these lags. Like, I don't know what's going on. It was working fine before. Randy. Drop kick to Edge to the outside. Are you kidding me? If Edge's back had hit those steps, that would have been it. It wouldn't have even been a contest. And Orton may have just taken Edge out.
To the outside, which will start the referee's count.
Orton once again with a drop kick. This time less risky. Edge though, he's going to take all his frustrations out of Randy Orton here.
And Randy Orton just
Once again, Orton though slithers away. And he slithers back in the ring, and they actually could just win this by count out. I mean, a win is a win. Randy Orton doesn't care as long as he gets one over on Edge. 7 count.
Boy, Randy Orton never stops. He's looking a little wobbly here, guys.
Continues to strike, but now Edge sends Orton over the top rope. Orton holds on. And Orton counters Edge when Edge tries to punch Orton off. Drop kick, missile variety.
This is how people get seriously hurt.
And Orton being told to step away from Edge for a second. His body is in bad condition.
This is exactly what you do.
And Orton just continuing to work on the body. Orton knows he's hurt Edge to an immense degree. But when has he ever cared? The cold Viper calculating his attacks with another knee to the head. Oh, what a battle this is between two former friends, two former tag team champions, two multiple-time world champions, of course, as well. Both these men have held more world title gold than you could imagine. Elbows by Edge. Edge-matic attempted, but Orton knew this time. And Orton once again.
Just despicable, menacing.
Once again with a Garvin stomp.
Taking his time.
Orton malicious here, playing with Edge in a way.
Orton looking on his game right now.
Front face lock by Edge into a neck breaker by the Radar Superstar. And you got to think what the next big move will keep. Next big move from either man will keep the other man down, surely. These guys have been at tooth and nail now for nigh on half an hour. Spine buster. The next spear or RKO will do the trick, surely. Counter by Orton. RKO again, literally out of nowhere. And Edge flags up again. Are you fucking joking? Honestly thought that Edge wasn't kicking out there, but Radar Superstar stays in this one. It's crazy how he can suddenly fight back so fast, but he does. Edge and Randy.
This isn't good.
And the greatest wrestling match ever, an uppercut from Orton and Edge to the outside. Back suplex on the outside.
Watch out here.
He's getting a jump on Edge. Oh, not like this. Not like this.
Randy Orton looking in there.
Another RKO.
That just happened. The Viper.
And Randy Orton's going to win this one via count out, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way Edge is making it back by the count of 10. 7 count. 8. 9. Are you kidding me? What is he made of?
Talk about using almost every bit of the referee's
Orton
count.
and Edge wrestling their hearts out here at Backlash.
Orton with a Fez press.
Suplex into a cover.
Suplex.
Edge still with enough to kick out. What does it take to keep a rated R superstar down in a wrestling match? The answer is I don't have a bloody clue. Elbow to the point of the head. Or point the elbow to the head. I always get that one the wrong way around.
Offense is second to none at times like this.
Edge fighting back and planting Orton on the knee. Orton though with the pace. Edge though with the avoidance as well, and Orton with a drop kick. Quickness out of both these men. They're both as equally as quick as each other, I would say.
Focus on what matters, and that's winning this match.
Elbow by Edge.
Say, I'm impressed.
Clothesline.
He's got him down.
Cover.
Oh,
Nope. Not even close. Orton refusing to allow it to be it. And Orton off the ropes. Flip face press now to Edge. These guys have just thrown the wrestling concept out the window. Just try to punish each other now on the route to one of these guys perhaps getting close to winning this match. The quality is going to disarray for some absurd reason. I have absolutely no clue what's causing that.
nasty fall.
Obviously, of course, something has to go wrong. Otherwise, it wouldn't be my stream. Randy Orton going for broke.
I have to say, I've never seen Randy Orton this effective from above the mat. Could this be a new dimension to his already lethal offense? Look at this.
Missile chalk kick off the top rope to the outside, and he connects perfectly.
What's he got in mind?
Canadian neck breaker on the outside. That's not going to help the neck of Edge. Orton with a neck crank. Oh, it's reversed by Edge. Orton with not a neck crank.
And it's Edge getting out of that one.
5 count lariat by Edge. I don't see Edge taking a count out victory. I could be wrong though, but Orton's reversed it and put Edge back in the ring. And just trying every last little bit of whatever he can to win this. Crossface by Randy Orton. A one knee camel clutch, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. Edge fights out. And then Edge-o-matic once again. Orton still in this one. And Edge though with a spear. Will that do the trick? Edge wins the greatest wrestling match ever. Why is the quality so dog-shaped, bro? Or at the end was playing with his food for too long. And even though the quality is pretty much invisible or unillegible, I don't know what the word would be because of factors beyond my control, I couldn't tell you. Edge has won the greatest wrestling match ever. He battled through everything.
What a match match that was,
And in the
ladies and
end,
gentlemen. Thanks for joining us.
he vanquishes Randy Orton once again. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been the WWE 2020 Backlash predictions. I'm sorry the quality has gone into so much disarray at the end here, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time for whatever I do on this channel.